Do you need more chefs for bigger jobs?
It's like Kobe and Shaq.
Who's Kobe?
I don't know.
Here's slimmer ones.
People hit us up with the most outlandish things. I have my food stamp card. You can go buy the food with this. Let me know how much you're charging. It's like, no.
What?
Just to make sure everything was going well, he answers the phone and he had on a t-shirt. I start panicking like, oh, you at home? You not at the event? Man, the ladies took the phone, had on his chef jacket. Hey, Chef Tez. Older women try to
These
eat us
ladies are in
alive.
there. You don't want to cook
man.
shirtless? I'm like, nah, like, I'm not doing that.
They think it's Chippendales.
I make some of the best, like, honey butter croissants. These are, like, the best, like, honey butter croissants. I wish you would glaze me like this. Like,
Are you mixed?
yeah, I'm just black.
I was gonna say that's light skin tendencies to be throwing that croissant thing in there. What's good, y'all? It started already. How y'all doing? All right, so we got Coach. I said Coach. Chef Tez and Chef Jay, sous chef. I'm assuming.
Exactly. Chef Jay.
So when it comes to sous chef, how many do you typically have, or is it like one main guy?
Yeah, a sous chef is like one. So you can have like an executive sous chef. You can have a few sous chefs. You can have like pastry chefs and stuff like that. But this is my executive sous chef Jay.
Your guy.
I don't even say right hand, man. This my guy, man.
Both hands.
Yeah, both hands. We've been rocking for a while, man.
And we're in his place right now.
Yeah, this is Chef Jay's house.
All right, Jay, let me get the mic real quick.
This is Chef Jay's house.
How are you afford this place? My God, this is in the heart of Charlotte, dude.
So, yeah, working hard, man. I've been blessed.
Yeah?
Honestly.
How old are you?
I'm 25.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
I'm 25.
Yeah, 25, bro. So
He's winning. He's
So,
staying in the heart of Charlotte.
I started my company, which is Down Bistro, back in 2019. So that's when I kind of started getting into the food scene, becoming a chef and everything like that. And then I was also always interested in investments and finance. So now currently I work for a finance company as well.
Question. Yeah. Bust Down. You said Bust Down Bistro. Yeah. What exactly was that? Just a restaurant? So
it was
private.
All private. So it started off as, very local, doing little plates, little chicken and waffles, just things to get my name out there, and everybody back then was always saying like, this is bussin'. Like, this is bussin'.
Oh, that's fucking hilarious.
So it's like,
what year was that?
Like 2019.
Okay, that makes
sense. The whole story to how
I
got started is crazy.
Okay, right before we go into your story and your story, I want to hear both of you guys. As you guys notice, I have two mics because I'm an idiot. But how did you guys find each other?
Okay, cool.
How'd y'all find each other? And then I want to hear each of your stories.
Yeah. What was it? It was like Mother's Day weekend. So I was working with another chef. I had my company going. No. This was 2019, 2020. It was like Mother's Day weekend, so I was working with another chef, and during certain seasons, it's like super packed. So I'm doing an event. I took on another event. I had another chef doing. He flaked on me. I don't know what happened. He flaked on me. Had to give the client their deposit back and everything like that. And I don't know. I came across Chef. I would see like this bust down thing, but I didn't know it was him. So me and Chef Jay went to high school together. So I've been knowing him. And I'm like, yo, Jay, you cook, dude? And I went and saw his stuff, and we kind of paired up from there. So we started taking on events together.
Were y'all the same year?
Yeah, so same year, yep. So 25.
Yeah.
25, man.
I feel like I'm fucking
We've been grinding, man. Grinding.
You doing good, man. You
Grinding.
doing good.
Yeah, man. We're grinding, man. Young, successful grinders,
Yeah,
man.
for real.
Always.
So I thought because of y'all's beard. I thought that because of y'all's beards, y'all look so. I was like, they're 28. They gotta
28?
be. Yeah.
That's crazy.
I would have guessed 26, 27 for him, and I would have guessed 28 for you. You got a bigger beard.
Yeah.
As an Asian, I don't have any hair. But yeah, so tell me about y'all's origin stories. Let me start with Jay over here.
Go ahead, man.
So you said an origin?
Yeah, like all right.
How
So
you got
you were
started,
saying
man.
how you all got started. How
Yeah,
you
so-
really from the beginning.
So it's crazy because I was working at the car dealership and I was like, trying to get into selling cars, and very tough hustle. Yeah. So it was good with that, and then I moved out on my own. I was like, well, I'm about to be selling cars. Like, hey, like I'm about to just go ahead and move out. Got the money for it, and I was like, well, I saw coworkers making this kind of money, so I'm like, hey, like I'm gonna go ahead and move out. Got a roommate and everything like that. Thought it was good. Things happened at the job, so end up just leaving there. So I'm like, all right, so like, what do I do now? Like, I don't have parents to depend on. Right. Like, what is it that I really like to do? Like, I'll always cook stuff at the house, you know. Made best chicken wings, like chicken wings.
I believe it, bro. Yeah. I believe it.
So I had someone that's like a brother to me, JoJo. He's actually a photographer for us, celebrity, the baby right now. So, yeah. So if you've seen, he actually was on No Jumper, the Instagram page. They thought he was Travis Scott.
What? So he looks like him?
A little bit.
A little bit. I don't see it. You gotta look it up.
I guess because y'all are homies, so you don't see it.
Yeah, I don't see it at all. People in the comments didn't see it either, so it's all good. But
they ain't like Dubai or something.
There was in
somewhere.
Yeah, something like that.
So that was your boy.
Yeah. So he was my roommate. So he was like, bro, like you need to sell these chicken and like sell chicken wings. And friends would come over Super Bowl. James, make some wings? Sure, why not? Started doing that, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna start selling plates. And I was like, I don't want to just sit here and do this. Like, this is not who I am. Like, if I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna put everything into it.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So then, you know, I started escalating the type of plates I did. From there, I was like, all right, you know what? I want to go even higher than this. So I cut off selling plates. And then I was like, I'm only doing bookings. Like, hey, let's do something private. Let's do something intimate. You know, if you have a girlfriend, boyfriend, you know, whatever your significant other.
Like the Valentine's Day package.
Exactly.
The date package type.
Exactly. So I was like, I'm only doing this. And so then I made my mind up that, all right, I was going to create a different clientele for myself. Okay. And I said, because this isn't something that I want people just to see as food.
What was your target clientele at that time?
A lot of figuring it out.
Yeah.
At that time,
I would say like a lot of friends, local people. Like, hey, tell your cousin, auntie,
word of mouth.
Yeah, tell your coworker come get a plate. It was things like that, and church, I saw that church. Like that. People wouldn't value it as much as I would value. They wouldn't really see what everything goes into it, and that's a whole nother story. So got into that, and then I just kind of just jumped out there in the water, and I was just, you know, felt like I was drowning sometimes, but then I get back up and I'm good. I'm swimming, you know? Wow. And so that's just kind of what led me to here. But then I also realized what am I doing this for?
Right.
You know, and I was like, you know, I always wanted to build generational wealth. I always wanted to make a change.
And that's why you're in the investing.
Exactly. I always live by like change the narrative. Right. You know, they say the narrative is, oh, go to college and get this degree, then you can go into finance, and then you can do this and all that. And it's like, that's not the only way.
Bro, you were better than Kanye. You didn't even drop out. You just didn't even go.
So funny story is, I was like, I heard it and I was like, all right, well, I'm going to start going to CPCC. All right, so I started going there.
Everybody from Charlotte did that.
Yeah, you know, and so I was like, after that.
That's a community college?
Yeah, okay, so after that, I was like, bro, I don't want to do this. Like, it's cool and all, but like, I don't want to do it. I'm not having fun. Like, I'm trying to have fun with my life. Like, I'm trying to work hard now and be young later.
College is such a, I mean, I'm not gonna say it's a joke, but like if you're a doctor or something, you go to college. But if you
gotta go to school.
Anything else, especially business, you don't need college, bro. It's like all about experience.
Exactly.
Wait, real quick, last thing. I did want to ask, how long was that grind? That period before y'all met, kind of thing, where you were doing that little hustle.
From there, it was.
Years?
It was literally like a year and a half because I was hearing from some friends like, hey, like, you know, my Tez is cooking, and I was like, I didn't know that. Like, I'm like, cool, like, you know, wasn't thinking nothing of it. We've known each other for forever,
and y'all just never knew.
Like, no, we were just like we were friends. Like, I see him like that's the homie right there, you know, because we have.
No, he's saying we never knew we was cooking.
Yeah, we never knew. So I saw him posted, and then I was like, okay, cool, like. I'm gonna look at it, cool. And so then, you know, it was like you gotta have a team. You gotta have nobody can just be successful on their own. Nobody's out here to be greedy. You know, we're out here to get it. You can do.
Everybody can eat.
You know, essentially, it's everybody can eat.
Literally, everybody can eat.
I hate the mentality of like you want to be up so no one else can.
Exactly, and it's just hard to find people that really understand. Okay, you have your friendship, and then you have. Partnership, you have a business, and it's like, okay, we decided, all right, Chef Tez is his own company, Down Bistro our own company, but it's like we're each other's right hand man. When he needs me, I'm there. If I need him, he's there. And so like it's
no ego in it.
Exactly. So it's like there's no need for us to have no competition.
So do y'all both also help with bust down?
Yeah. So
Actively, both.
Right.
Okay,
so it's like if I have a private dinner, say it's for that's whatever amount of people, it's like, all right, Chef Tez, I need you. But if I have a dinner for 2, then of course like that's not something we would need each other on. But it's like, hey, like Chef Tez, I need you for this one. All right, cool, I got you. My schedule's clear. We talk to each other probably like every other day. Mm-hmm. Like, all right, what's our schedule for next week? What you got? What you got for next month?
Would you guys ever? This is a random thought. Mm-hmm. Would you guys ever start like a not like a committee, but like a group circle with like a bunch of private where you guys all kind of help each other, or is that too much? Too much over?
We're gonna get into it.
Yeah, we'll get into that.
I'll go into it. Or whatever y'all want to say. Because the only reason I asked that, the only reason I asked that personally is because I used to sell insurance. I still technically do, and like the first thing that they like push is build a team. Like build a team of like a lawyer, this, so that when you get one client, you refer it to everyone in the circle. Where your situation is a little bit different because everybody is kind of competing for the same clientele. Yeah, in a way. So I'm curious how that would work, or if that would be more counterproductive.
So like with that, I would say there's so many people out here that call themselves chefs.
Oh boy!
And that,
TikTok chefs, man. That's what we call them.
Yeah, TikTok chefs. You have so many different variants of people that want to call themselves chefs. You know, exactly.
They
so
make
it's like,
these plates. I mean, not to cut you off, but they make these plates on, and we all essentially kind of started from there, but. I mean, we went through the actual like grind of it.
Exactly.
So to actually like earn a name. So my story was a bit different, and stuff like that. So, for instance,
my dog is crazy.
You're good. That's great background noise.
So mine was a bit different. Like we was
it won't catch, by the way.
You sure?
I'm almost certain it won't.
All right, cool.
Shit, where was we?
You were saying, well, we were first talking about the committee thing, and then we were talking about how all those chefs aren't actually like chefs. Yeah, go ahead.
Chefs. It's like TikTok chefs. Like nowadays, you can kind of like put whatever you want on social media, and people kind of run with it. Mm-hmm. And I'm not like, downplaying that, because you can have like content creators, like people who kind of sit at home and make stuff, but they don't actually go through the things that we go through. Like you can sit. It's easy. Like if we set up a camera and everything here, and we got all night to make whatever. But when you actually dealing with clientele and you got the heat of the clients on you, it's like so much preparation that goes into it, because like it's the execution.
Your name.
And it got to be seamless. It got to be on time. It got to be perfect. So it's a lot of pressure that comes behind it. So like that word chef, it carries a lot. It's like a respected title, like saying like captain, or I wouldn't say doctor, but like when you call somebody captain or sergeant or something like that, it's like it was work and it was a backstory to get to this point. So like everybody just throws that around.
Should we call them TikTok chefs?
Just call them like food content creators or something like that. I think
that's valid.
Yeah, like I'm a content creator.
They would still fall under the same category as a foodie or something. I feel
like a foodie or a content creator.
It's like SoundCloud rapper versus an actual one.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. Or underground versus,
professional.
Yeah, exactly. But
so what was your story? Now we know yours. What was your story up to when you guys linked up?
Mine was a bit different, man. So I'm a broke college student. Went to A&T. Yeah, we can do it.
Okay.
So broke college student, man. I went to A&T.
Shout out.
Yeah, shout out A&T.
Pride.
So since a kid, man, I was always in the kitchen, and I always wanted to be a chef. I always said I wanted to have a catering company. As a kid, I used to say that.
Wow.
I had no idea how to put. I had no idea how to put that together. So, fast forward in college and everything, struggling, trying to figure out college. Never saw myself as like a 9-to-5 guy.
I hate 9-to-5s, bro. Fuck that.
I could never. I was in college, and I'm like, college teaches you how to be an employee. And
yo, that's great. That's a great quote. Yeah. That's so accurate.
So, like, I was taking these classes, and I'm like, it's not teaching me how to run my own business.
What was your major?
I was business management.
And it was still not teaching you how to run
it.
Yeah,
so I mean, they taught you like management skills, but it didn't teach you how to actually like.
You're so right. Yeah. I remember that. I was business too.
Yeah, man. So was doing that, and the pandemic came. It had, it gave me a chance to kind of like sit on myself and really kind of start putting some thought and putting a plan together. So I'm at home. I'm bored. I don't know. Here in Charlotte, you couldn't even go play basketball outside, bro. Like, they took the rims off the net.
Yeah, I remember. I went here during COVID time.
So
everything's closed. Like,
do nothing. So I'm sitting at home, and I'm like, man, I'm about to try this cooking stuff. I'm about to try to get nice with it.
Wow, so it was because of COVID.
Yeah.
Wow. For you, was it the same?
Kind of, because like all that happened around the same time, and so it was like, all right.
Thank God for COVID.
Yeah, right. Like,
seriously, low key.
Like, jobs stopped hiring, and it's like, okay, if I got an apartment, bro, how am I gonna pay for this? Like,
yeah. There's always the people that are gonna take advantage of situations like that, and they're hustlers. They're like us, but like
that either make you or break you.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and that brings during 2008. I don't know too much about it. We were children, but the recession and shit. Yeah. But there was motherfuckers that made so much money during that time because they knew to invest right when the stock market was down. All those people that invested made millions, bro. And that's what you guys did. You guys took advantage of COVID where other people are just sitting at home watching Netflix, which was me. But I took advantage of some stuff of COVID, for sure.
The crazy thing is with that, and you got to still finish your story, bro, because this story is amazing.
Yeah, no, we're waiting on it.
But people did not trust restaurants. Like, it was hard to...
Which is crazy.
To do takeout orders at restaurants. Yeah. Like, you want to call and takeout order at a restaurant, they're like, yeah, we're actually only going to be open for 2 hours today. Actually, we're not even open. We can't, you can't come
every day is
inside and
different.
eat. So it's like, all right. And so we started thinking like, well, like, this is who we are. Like, this is what we're trying to do.
Right.
Like, how can we put ourselves out there more?
Interesting.
So
tell me about that story.
So kind of like sitting at home, and I'm like, I'm gonna get nice with it, man. So I'm YouTube University, so I'm trying to figure out how to play in new menu, like new ideas as far as like the food and stuff like that, new dishes. So I start doing that. I'm like at the store every day. I'm back home, my mom's house, and I'm just cooking dinner every night. So I started actually posting it on my story or whatever, and people was like, "Where you get that from?" I'm like, I made it.
Oh shit!
And people like, nah, no, you didn't. So nobody knew I could cook. Like, this is like a family secret, like
low key.
Yeah. So I start doing that, and people start asking for like the plate thing. So I use like the analogy like with the plates is like the corner boy. Like if you like referencing like drugs, like the corner boy. So I wanted to be like big meats out the gate. And it didn't work like that, man.
That's how it always is, though. You gotta build.
It didn't work like that. So actually, my younger brother was actually kind of like, people was asking me to buy these plates or whatever. I'm like, nah, I'm not doing this plate stuff. And he was like, you working right now? I'm like, then you selling plates.
Right.
So I just started selling plates, man.
That's crazy.
I started selling plates.
Yo, fuck flipping drugs. We flipping plates.
Man, we flipping really in the kitchen.
Yeah. That's hilarious.
So I started doing it around the city. I went back to school, and nobody was actually in class. So it was like a college town. You know how Greensboro
I know
was
Greensboro.
a college town. So everybody's like in their apartments, in their dorms. And I built this little following up at school. And I'm doing that.
So you're doing it with college students?
Yeah, with college students.
How much were they willing to pay?
I was doing them like $25, $30
Yeah,
a plate. And I was packaging it nice and stuff like that. So it wasn't like I'm just putting
Was this during the era of A&T where they had those little robot thingies?
No, not yet.
Okay, I was about to say, that would have taken your clientele.
I wasn't there. So I'm doing this, and it's 1 week where I do it, where I make like $1,000 in a week.
Damn, that's a lot of motherfucking plates.
Bro, not really.
How?
I'm only doing it. I did it like 2 to 3 days out of the week. So like in 3 days, I made like $1,000. So in my head, it clicked. I was like, okay, if I can do this 3 days out the week, I can make $1,000.
Yep.
$4,000 a month. And I'm like, okay, let me see where this goes. So I really got into it. Haven't worked a job since, man. I was like, I'm gonna make it work, man. I'm really passionate about it. So
isn't that funny how that just works now? Like
It's crazy, man.
And like back in the day, like where our parents were, and like it there's
like
some people who do stuff like that, but it wasn't really like that. And
Yeah,
because there's social media, there's people are willing to pay for a lot more stuff now.
Yeah.
And it's just whatever you choose to do, which is awesome that you guys chose food, and everybody loves food.
But
I mean, you need food. You're not gonna ever.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's one thing that's not gonna go away though. But like, it's like you really gotta seek out and separate yourself when you're in this type of business. You know.
So that's kind of like where I kind of like went as far as like separate myself. That was kind of like the mindset. So from there, I start going. And I'm doing the plates, and it's still the pandemic, so it's like older couples. It might have been like their anniversary or their birthday, and they asking like, "Hey, can you come to the house and do this? Because we still don't want to go out. It's COVID." So that started for me. So I'm like, okay, how am I go, navigate this? So I start doing that, and it kind of started rolling for me. And I wanted to sharpen my skills and really learn. So I start going and working for like these big corporate catering companies here in Charlotte. So some of them taught me like the business aspect.
But you were an employee technically.
Then I was working like part-time for some of these big corporate catering companies. So like the first company I worked with, the owner, he really took me under his wing. He saw how like passionate I was, how serious I was, and he took me under his wing, and he like questioned me like, "What's your overhead?" and like, "What's up with your taxes?" And he started making me like, "Okay, I got to get that part right." Then I worked for some other ones, like the big corporate ones, and they showed me as far as like the culinary. They schooled me on like the culinary. So like they showing me like pois sauces, béarnaise sauces. Like they really showing me like how to prepare for large scale things and stuff like that. So I took that and ran with it. My motto is go sit at their table, gain that information, and go build your own. So like. Yeah, so and since then, man, like even that, like I'm learning stuff, and me and him are kind of rocking already, and I'm learning stuff, and I'm coming back to him. I'm like, yo, I got this how we go elevate this. We not doing these. We not doing like our thing. We hate doing fried foods. So like when people ask us, but we got out of that. Go ahead, man.
Yeah, we got out of it because it's like it's like when you are having these upscale clients. Mm-hmm. You don't want to be smelling like wings. You don't want to sit here and smell like grease. You know.
And is that your target audience now? More like upscale Charlotte?
I wouldn't even. I would say upscale, but then it's like clients that see the value in it. Because I wouldn't even say your most upscale, because some of your most upscale
clients
don't even want to pay for. They're like, oh, okay, well, hey, like this is my name, this is who I am. Just come do it for free. It's like, nah, I value you. And what you do is just as much as I value what I do. So it's like, I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, just because this is your name or this is who you are, I'm not going to do it for free. Like, right. I'm sorry. Like,
it took a while to reach the client base that we have now. We got a lot of, like, CEOs and successful entrepreneurs and corporate execs. And
that you wouldn't even think that's like, I'm like,
what's the return rate on a client? Like, how often are you keeping a client in this world of, like, private chef? Or is it usually like a new client, a new client, a new client?
It's mainly, I would say if I would put it in a percentage base, maybe like 30 to 25% are return clients that we use on, if they're having like holiday parties, if they're having birthday parties, they're our go-to. So we have those clients and stuff like that. But mainly it's a lot of new clients. So we take care of properties here in Charlotte, like vacation properties. So getting good with the owners or the property managers. So when clients come in town, so we're kind of locked in, and we'll shoot them a percentage off of the bookings, stuff like that.
Have you, for your own businesses, have you guys ever thought of, maybe you guys have too many clients to think about this, but have you thought about going a third party route, like an Airbnb or like like, I know not Groupon, but because Groupon is like a little low scale, but like Airbnb or like like those websites.
So I mean, we're on Airbnb.
Okay.
So it's like, like with some people that host, and they say, hey, like some of your ones.
That's a good one for vacation.
Exactly, and that's what I mean by like vacation homes, because it's like
getting good with the owners or the property owners. Yeah,
and they're like, they have in their description, hey, if you need information
like
on
things
good
to do
places
while
to
you're
eat.
in
Yeah,
town or
we have a
something like
private chef you can book. Okay, we can put you in contact with him. Okay, great. Can we add this to that? He'll contact us or they'll contact us, either way, and then it's like it goes from there. So that's more of a lot of clients that we get. When he says like the 25, 30%, though, I would say that's like on a yearly basis because it's like people are not. I would say that having a private chef is so much more of a luxury than going to your average restaurant.
It's like bringing
very luxurious. I've had it once.
So
it's like bringing like people don't understand like
it's bringing a whole
we can
restaurant
kind of get
to
into
yourself.
this. Now we can get into the
Stories.
man. It's like bringing. Think of your 5-star steakhouse or the 5-star restaurant in the city. It's like bringing it to your home. So we literally bring everything to your home. So you're paying for our time. Most importantly, that's the thing that I'm like, now at this stage, I don't have a lot of time. So I have to be compensated for the time that you got to go about. Then you're paying for the convenience. So you don't have to leave. You just come downstairs. Literally, and you got 2 chefs down there. Whatever you're getting at a 5-star steakhouse, you're getting that at home, if not better.
To the comfort of not even just at your own, but to the comfort to where you don't have to worry about, let me get dressed and you can still get dressed, but like not like, now we have to worry about getting there, and now we have to worry about our waiter or waitress and all this
And I will as a consumer. I've had private experience once. It was in Miami. We did it for my cousin's birthday. It was a big deal. He came out, did some like ribeyes and the whole spiel, like chopped some stuffed mushrooms, things like that, right? It's a different experience. It's almost its own thing. Like we can compare it to a 5-star restaurant, but it's almost its own thing because when we were doing it, we were like, we get to watch them cook. Like we get to interact. We were like hanging out and like, I mean, obviously not every client's gonna do that because like some clients just like doing their own thing. And
exactly.
Like, popping out, and you can do that too. That's the luxury of it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then like, I think it's fun whenever there's someone that's sociable. Like the guy that I had, he black dude that was like mad chill, and then he like came out and you guys have to learn how to work on the fly, and you bring your own shit, and you have to learn how to work on your fly because our situation, the Airbnb's grill didn't work, and he had planned to grill it. So the motherfucker had to pan fry it. And so he's like,
we've been in that situation, man. We've been in that situation, man.
Yeah, to where like we'll go to someone's house. Oh my God. I got this personal story with me. Like, so Valentine's weekend.
The recent one?
Nah, this was not even the last one, the year before last.
Yeah, 2020.
Wait, was it? Man, these years go by so fast. Actually. 2021, gotta be.
Yeah, 2021.
Yeah, 2022 wasn't bad. Yeah, so 2021, it was like, a couple says, hey, we're coming in town. We're not from here. Right. We want to do this for Valentine's Day. I'm like, great. She says, keep
going. I'm just gonna check again.
All right, cool. She's like, we actually got I booked a hotel that has a full kitchen in it. I'm like,
is this at the Ritz, the one we did at the Ritz?
No, this is not that one. So it's like, I'm like, full kitchen? I'm like, all right, there's only a few hotels I know have a full kitchen. So I'm talking with them, checking the budget. I'm like, she's trying to like haggle. I'm like, I wonder what full kitchen she's talking about. But I'm going to take her word for it because I'm still learning, like I'm 2 years in. Like, I'm still learning. So she's like, I'll send you the address. I'm like, okay.
Full kitchen.
And so she gets there. It's like, we have it set. I'm like, I have time slots. So it's like, all right.
Valentine's weekend, it's tight.
Crazy.
Tight.
Are you kidding me?
Crazy. So it's like, all right. So it's about 3 or 4 hours before she texts me, hey, chef, can I give you a call? This. I called you. I was so mad.
I think
bro.
I remember this now that you're
sitting
there talking
and
about
so
it.
She's like, hey, I'm at the hotel and this I'm gonna send you a video of the room. Like, okay, like she sends me a video. It literally has like, you've been to a hotel, it has like one eye.
No,
one eye. Like I'm like, this is not even a quarter kit. Like what? It's like an eye
oven or
and it's
nothing.
no
An
oven.
eye is a stove.
Yeah, it's like
Okay.
So like it's just an eye, the bed, and a little couch. I'm like, all right. So like, what are you guys gonna do? And so I stayed uptown. I didn't stay here, but like I stayed uptown, and I was like, all right, well, what I can do is you know, it's gonna be extra, but like I can make this at my house and drop it off to you. And she's like, nah, we actually want the experience here. I'm like, where? Like, there's nothing.
Not to cut you off, but people think that we are not chef. They think we do magic. Like sometimes, like it's a famous little saying I say all the time. They think we can pull a lobster out the hat. Like, it's like
I just envisioned y'all pulling up with your like car, like all your shit, right? Man. And then acting like y'all are cooking because it's already cooked. Just like
exactly.
Oh yeah, on this one stove.
So the way it looks, like they're like how did you guys do all this in that amount of time? It's a lot of prepping. Yeah. But that story was just crazy. And then when I had the client, she had an attitude because of how it turned out, and her significant other was a little tight about it. And I'm just like,
one stove eye.
Yeah, one stove eye. But
was another oven?
No oven. So I'm literally like making everything here. I'm like, are you guys ready? All right, cool. Cause I'm gonna pull this out the oven, run to my car, like keep everything in these pans, try to keep it as warm as possible.
I remember now.
In a warming bag, like, and get there. But it's not gonna be piping hot. Like they ordered steaks, they ordered lobster mac and cheese. I still remember the whole mean to this day. Crab cakes.
Open the drawer and acted like it was an oven for the whole experience.
You know, and it was like it was so crazy. But another story we had was we were out in like for these girls' birthday party.
The one in the Lake
exactly. Yeah.
How young? Like 20s, 30s? Give me a
like 25 to 30.
Okay.
Yeah, 25 to 30.
No. The girls whose birthday, they was like 20, turning 30. It was like a 30.
So, but some girls in there, yeah.
But it was like,
to that one,
it was like, how many people do you think was there? Maybe 20. So it was like 20 women.
25, yeah.
Yeah, so it was like a big house. We do a lot of houses on Lake Norman, so it was like a big house, Lake Norman.
Do you need more chefs for bigger jobs?
You know what's crazy?
Me and him knock them.
It's like Kobe and Shaq. Like
that's what we call each other.
I'm telling you. And it's like
who's Kobe?
I don't know.
He's a slimmer one, so he go with but depending on the night.
That's cool. I don't know. But it's like
Shaq that guy too.
Yeah, he is though. He is. But it's like, you know, we've handled parties up to what 120 or 200.
Party we've done together. On my birthday last year, we did a wedding on my birthday.
On your birthday.
Yeah, man, the money don't stop. That was for 150 people. We've done some weddings for we've done like some 120s, 150 weddings. We've done a few of those. Our first biggest one, it was a disaster kind of when we look back at it. We did a birthday party for a older lady. She's a good client of ours. How many? It was like 125. But it wasn't even here. We had to travel to Baltimore.
Yeah, and that's where he's from.
Yeah, so originally I'm from Baltimore. So, man, we we traveled to Baltimore, man. This was early in the game, man. So I'm like super nervous. I just got a new house. I'm like, man, I gotta leave, go to Baltimore. We went up there. We bought way too much. Like it was for 100. No. I think she quoted for like 150, but it was maybe like 90 guests who showed up.
But she made it
so we
seem
was
like
we was way over, man.
Did you lose money?
Yes, we
so it wasn't. I'm not gonna say it's
I mean, she paid us well to come, but we could have saved.
Yeah, we could have saved
a few thousand.
So it was like this. It was like, think about it. One, you gotta think. Now that we learn, the age groups actually really determine how much food is going to get eaten. If you have something for kids, say 30 kids, you're not going to need.
Yeah,
you know,
older too.
And older. Yeah. So it's like that middle age. It's like, all right, hold on. I don't know. They might really eat a lot, so we might have to. You got to
know the demographic too. Like, if you're doing stuff for like women, we do a lot of like women's events. Right. So it's like women aren't
eat smaller increments.
Yeah.
Asians eat smaller too.
Yeah,
it's true. Bro.
So I mean, you gotta know your audience. That's one thing that we kind of say. So man, we went up there. Crazy. Man, I can't even. I'm seeing like the stuff in my head.
For you. I'm like mad.
We did like steak and lobster.
Yeah, we did steak, lobster. So mind you, we were only literally supposed to be working. We were up there 4 days.
Yeah,
maybe
3 days.
4. No, we was up there
4 days. So mind you, we're only really supposed to be up there working a day and a half. like a half a day to prep
the day before,
and then actually do our event the day.
Yeah.
So it turned out to be like we get there and we immediately got to start prepping. The next day, it's like, okay, this is the day. Yeah.
No. We got there later that night. We did a little something that night. The whole next day was prep, and that third day was
exactly yeah. So
we ended up staying for like 5 days because it was so much food because we was in like she kind of hyped it to be like man. So it was so much. We brought so much food, and we was inexperienced at the time. So we bought so much food to where we came back the second day.
And she had a part two.
Yeah, like she invited, like it was Sunday after church. Like everybody come over because we got so much food.
Did she pay for that one too? Or?
She tipped us a little. We already had the food purchased, so we just came to.
So it was like
to finish. Like
exactly. Yeah, we told her
didn't
like,
want to
listen, you
waste
have all this food left over.
That's
like,
nice.
you know, this is you guys literally didn't even. You know, older people don't eat like that. You're drinking, dancing. You're not going to eat as much, but we're thinking dinner party. Like, okay, you know, everybody's going to want to eat all their food. Right. And it's like, no, we'll get this, we'll get that, you know, which is cool. But, that.
Lobster.
Hold up. So, first off, I have so many questions. All right, first off, what is prep like? How long does it take? Because it's just Kobe and Shaq. So, like, how long are we taking for prep? Not even the cook, because I know cooking can take anywhere from 30 to, like, hours. But depending on what you're cooking, right?
Backwards.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, so what's prep? What's cook? Tell me about the process. Obviously, it changes per person, but, like, give me kind of, like, a ballpark on how long it takes per.
So, prepping has a lot of things included, though.
Prep is longer. So, the execution... So, for instance...
That makes some sense.
Yeah. So if we're doing an event for, let's say we're doing a wedding for, we don't do too many weddings. We like doing private dining setting.
Try to really stay like 30 and less for real.
Okay, so we've done like some, say for instance when we did like that 5-course dinner. So like you do a 5-course dinner for like 15 guests. You're prepping out every ingredient, even to the sauces, to everything you need. You're prepping out the seasoning. So we make our own seasoning blend. So you don't have to bring all of these different ingredients and stuff like that. So you're prepping it out. So it's like wash. So you're like, if something needs to be cleaned, if it needs to be cut, if it needs to be seasoned, you're doing that.
If it needs to marinate.
If it needs to marinate.
Yeah, I don't want everybody seeing what we put on there because, it's a whole lot of going on,
Yeah,
exactly.
So it's a lot of that. So it takes the prep part it takes hours to prep. Then the execution, like your dinner slot time, we might get there at 6. Say you want dinner to start coming out like the first course or so, 7:30, and where the last course maybe getting on the table 8 o'clock, 8:15. Then by that time we've already kind of start our cleanup process and everything like that. So it's only like a 3-hour window versus. Exactly. The prep though, you got to think of like where we're sourcing it. So this is not grocery store stuff.
No, I know.
And that's why you have to have clients that
you got to talk through that process of sourcing. Though.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's like we based our business not off of just quantity but quality. Mm-hmm. It's like I would rather
lamb chops.
It gets crazier than that, and it's like people. A guy once told me that people want the most expensive wine with the beer budget. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like
with a beer budget.
It's like, okay, you want this type of meat, but you don't want to pay that price for us to get it here in time to ship it here. You want this high quality seafood. Okay, this is what we need. This is how long it's gonna take. Yeah. Let's make this happen because this is what you requested.
And we work with like butcher shops and like local seafood markets and stuff like that. So it's times where you're like calling around. Like me and him are literally like, can you call this place, that place, and that place and see who has the best price per pound? If we looking for lobster tail, okay, when did it come in? Like how fresh is it and stuff like that. So
exactly, actually, and things like that. And when we're doing that, let me actually grab this. I want to show you something. Actually,
for sure.
This is a good friend.
While he's doing that, real quick, how far ahead do you prefer someone to book? Or does it depend?
Preference, I would love to have my schedule set 30 days in advance.
Okay, so a month, ideally. Okay, what were you gonna show me?
So this actually, this is a lady that I actually met down the street at a farmer's market.
Sponsorships.
All right.
And so she actually she's locally makes her own olive oil.
In Charlotte?
Yeah. Well, it's like in the Concord local area. So that one right there is a smoked olive oil. Chef Tez had a garlic parmesan olive oil from her.
I'm hanging on to that.
You know, and that's look.
Wait, garlic parmesan olive oil?
And they're vegan, right?
And they're all vegan. And so
what's the name of it?
It's Harley's Harvest. So Harley's Harvest, the best olive oil. She has different types of infused ones from black truffle.
It?
Yes, you can.
Okay, continue. You said
black truffle oil.
Black truffle oil, smoked olive oil. You have your any type of olive oil you name, it's there. She has hemp infused olive oil and different ones you can cook with all of them.
Oh shit! All right, cool.
And so it's very good, and you know they're not even really that expensive.
Does she sell the garlic parm one?
Yes.
All right, I think I would order that one.
Yes.
That
one
sounds
right there
gas.
is fire,
That sounds gas.
Yeah, and it's and so.
So it's stuff like that, like you taking the quality, the time, and all that. And that stuff's not cheap.
No.
Yeah.
And that's where we kind of go into why we charge what we charge. So like for people who don't know, for us, we start at like if you're having that's the starting price for like a couple's dinner. But if you're having like a dinner party for like your birthday, for like 8, 10, 12, 15 guests, stuff like that. We started like $125 a person. Okay. And that includes 3 courses.
That's the exact same price as Miami. If not.
Okay. So that was cheap in Miami.
Less. I think that might actually be less than Miami, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Miami, it might have been $150 per person, if I remember.
Because Miami stuff.
Well, it's Miami. It's tax for it too, and I remember I had to shop for that too. Like the average price was probably even higher. But Charlotte relative to Miami, you guys are good priced. I think
that's our starting price. So
$125 per person, and this is for small group. Now let's jump into the next group. What's the next tier?
So then when you get out of, I say 15 guests is where we kind of start. Like once you get up to like 20 guests, we start consider that like private catering. Okay. So for private catering, it's a $2,000 minimum. Okay. We'll bring out the just depending on what size party, we'll bring out the chafing dishes. Chafing dishes like small round ones, right. The big ones. Stuff
so like when you say 2,000 minimum, are 2,000 minimum, and then you give them a per person, or like how do you quote that 2,000?
Yeah, that's the minimum, but typically we always try to
125.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nah, I mean, if you're doing like 20 guests, 125 for 20 guests, that's a crazy number. So 2,000 is the minimum. Then once you get into like 20, 25, 30 guests, we'll have it per person, but you're not getting like 3 courses. So we'll have it you might get a salad course and the main course. So of course it wouldn't be 125. You might drop down to.
So it is discounted as you go up.
Exactly.
Yeah, and because
you can buy more things in bulk.
Yeah, of course.
And it's like
no, that's good. That's a good.
We're not here to get over and make. We're here to make an experience.
Right.
You know. So it's like I don't need to sit here and say, "Oh, you're having a wedding." Well, hey, your wedding's $150 per person.
How often do you have weddings? $150 isn't bad for a person for a wedding.
But
I was thinking in the whole time y'all were talking, I was like, dude, if I had a wedding, I'm not getting married for any time soon. But if I had one, I'll be like, I'll hit y'all up. 100, that's fine. Let's do it. Yeah.
But you gotta think about this though.
But for weddings, when we start.
So weddings, it really just depends. If it's a small one, like I would say, you're gonna start paying about around 3.
What's a small wedding?
Like a small wedding is like 50.
I'm about to keep going. I'm gonna text my sister how much she paid for her wedding because I.
So think about this though. But with weddings though, say that you are having a wedding of 125 people. It's just a reception. You know, you guys are drinking, dancing. There's talking going on. If there's family rituals, then those things are going on. Everybody's mainly focused on having fun. So if you had 100 people and you charge them $125 per person, that's $12,000, $500.
Yeah, that's a
So
number.
think about it. It's like if you hear that, it's like we're just getting married. Like, hold on, the whole ceremony, all this is already spending $180,000 or $80,000, $100,000.
In my opinion, though, and this is, I mean, obviously you're definitely right. That's the more mentality of most Americans. But I feel like food is probably my most important thing in my wedding, besides maybe like the ring. Like,
Exactly.
I'd probably ball the most out on that, bro. But I don't give a fuck about the venue. I would do it in my backyard if the food tastes good, bro. I don't give a fuck. Like, the food gotta be.
Think that
but you're right. You're right.
They're like,
you're right.
Like, hold on, like $125 per person. Then we also got to pay gratuity. So it's like we're looking at over $15,000 just on this, and it's like people don't see that. So that's why we're like, all right, listen, you're having 100 people. This is what we can do
we
because
start at like 40 to 45. So try to be reasonable.
And how many people is that? Like range.
So once if you're doing a wedding for like 100, 125 people,
that's good.
Yeah. So it's reasonable.
Yeah.
So that still brings you around like 5,600 type range.
So we try to because you got to scale into that kind of clientele base that can actually afford it. So you still are doing, weddings is a big thing. So most people are saving for their wedding. So we try to honor people's budget as long as they work with us. But if you're not working with us, then we can't work with you.
There's efficiency.
Exactly. And it's like we want our clients, I wouldn't even call them customers at all.
Yeah.
But our clients to always want to come back and not think like, I like those guys. They just charge too much. Like I want them to see the quality, and it's like
wedding, the headache that this guy goes through for
crazy.
a wedding.
I also saw the food that y'all make. It's not like fucking, Denny's. Like it's
Exactly.
good shit. It's good
exactly.
shit.
We're not sitting here. I cannot tell you the last time personally that I've went into a Walmart or a Food Lion or
yesterday.
something. Nothing's wrong with Walmart and all that. To buy qualities of meat, and we've had people hit us up with the most outlandish things, like oh my, this is another story we have to tell you. So it's like this is a story.
I got one story that we gotta tell, but go ahead.
We
gotta tell this one.
Clients will hit us up and say, well, we want to do this, and I'll buy the food. And then how much you'll charge for that? It's like, no, we don't work like that. Or it's like,
they want to
hey, or I already have the food. Like I just need you.
Cook.
I just need you to make it.
That's
or
the magician, they think we do magic.
Yeah, or it's like,
It's not gonna taste that good.
yeah, or it's like, hey, like
trust where you got that food from.
Exactly. So it's like, hey, I have my food stamp card. You can go buy the food with this. Let me know how much you're charging. It's like, no.
What?
No.
Wait, people have done the food stamp card?
I promise you.
You can buy whatever you want on it.
An EBT card.
And then how much will you charge? And it's like, I'm not doing that.
If you're reaching out to a private chef and you mention an EBT card, I'm sorry.
You're not even getting a response.
It's different tax brackets, and it's not to be disrespectful or anything like that. But
It's not disrespect.
a private chef is just it's not for the everyday common.
You can't.
You're
not
you
gonna
can save
go,
up to it for.
You're not gonna
special
go
events.
to your 5-star restaurant saying, "Hey, do you guys take EBT or
Right.
coupons?" Like you don't really see your 5-star restaurants ever having no sale, no coupons, no discount code. No, it's none of that.
It's crazy to
Market
me that
price.
there's people out there that don't have the social awareness to realize shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And it's not an everyday thing that you. I get it, but I'm like, wow. One thing people don't understand, and me and him kind of like, man, we had some conversations. We can't talk about these conversations on camera, but me and him are like puzzled sometimes. Like he will call me furious sometimes. Yeah. I will call him furious sometimes. Like, can you believe I just got off?
And we'll laugh about it. But
we'll
be
laugh
so
about
serious.
it. Like, we'll be like, can you believe that this person just asked me this and that? Man, like, it's outrageous some of the stuff that we hear, bro. It's outrageous. That's not even the craziest thing.
Yeah, no.
Well, tell me the story you were gonna tell me.
This was a funny one. This way,
Which one is
remember? So we take care. we take care of these properties and stuff like that. So it was a weekend where some clients came in town. They booked for the whole weekend. And so it was another group of ladies that came in town. But I was taking care of that family. So you was taking care of the group of ladies for, it was a birthday or something like that. I called Chef just to make sure, everything was going well. Man, I called him, I FaceTimed him. He answered the phone and he had on like a t-shirt.
Like the guy that...
No, I called him.
Okay.
Yeah, I called him. So this is a day that we were like double booked.
Okay, you're doing your own. Okay.
Yeah. So people tried to book me, but I was already booked. So I let Chef Jay. I asked Chef Jay if he can take care of it. So I called him just to make sure everything was going smooth.
Right.
I called him. He had on like a t-shirt. So I'm thinking like, I start panicking like, oh, you at home? Like it's like you not at the event or whatever. Man, the ladies took the phone out of his hand and had on his chef jacket and was like, "Hey, Chef Tez."
What age range?
Older women try to eat us alive.
These ladies are in there like between like their 40s and 50s, and they're like, they come in the kitchen like, "Oh my gosh, like I like the way you like."
They think it's Chippendale. Some ladies will book
Were they
us.
black or white?
They were black.
Those ladies were black. So some ladies.
Funnier with white. We
had some all demographics, man.
It's been some stories.
Yeah,
but like those ladies literally was like, so like cook with that on. Like, what's up under it? I'm like
get comfortable.
I'm like, it's just a shirt. Like, well,
because we cook with like our dry fits and stuff like that. So they try
like, like you don't want to cook shirtless. I'm like, nah, like I'm not doing that.
They think it's Chippendales, man.
Right.
We get a lot of older, and
they got money.
Yeah, we don't have a problem with y'all booking in. Y'all want to see a little eye candy. If that's okay, cool. But some ladies think something else supposed to come with it afterwards.
Right. Like you get a massage and there's a happy ending.
Imagine if y'all got invited to an event. Older ladies, we'll say black, just to make it like that same scenario, okay? And then they also got strippers that came. So y'all are cooking, and there's motherfucking guy strippers too. And y'all just like, y'all are cooking, there's ass over there. You're just like, what the fuck's going on?
I don't know about that,
we've had some
wild ones, man. No, let's not go because I know where you.
No, I'm not going that way. But we've had some ladies that was just like that, just love us.
Yeah.
That just like. Yeah, and that's the thing. They're like, I didn't know these chefs were just so handsome.
You on dating apps or no?
I don't do no dating apps.
You don't even do that,
I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I don't gotta do that though.
My guy got his laptop.
Nah, I don't gotta do none of that.
It's social.
I'm a very social person.
Socializing because of your business too.
Yeah, that and it's like, man. With that, I'm not gonna lie. We get a ton of DMs though. The DMs when it comes to chefs, it's like I had one person say, I make some of the best like honey butter croissants. I just throw that in there for clients because they love it. That's like my thing to
like seal the deal when he do those honey butter.
Are you mixed?
Everybody thinks I'm mixed. What would you say you think I'm mixed?
I thought you were just black and white.
That's crazy. I get black and white. I get in my Dominican.
So you're just black?
Yeah, I'm just black. But
I was gonna say that's light skin tendencies to be throwing that croissant thing in there. You know what I'm saying?
No, so it's like I get clients. They're like, these are like the best like honey butter croissants. Like, I wish you would glaze me like this. Like you get so many different comments. Like I'd be like, oh my goodness.
Drink water of that.
And so it's like
the
DeLeon tequila kicking in on you, huh?
Nah, I'm good.
Man, we drinking DeLeon tequila, man. Oh, I'm trying to get with DeLeon, man.
Hey,
I'm the biggest.
Hey, reach out to this man. Reach out to him, man.
I'm the biggest DeLeon tequila man ever.
I've never had that.
They owe me. You like it?
It is good.
They owe me a few dollars, man.
See, he is more of a tequila guy. Yeah. But I'm more of a champagne guy.
Yeah. So
and like I love Clico.
This guy.
I love, as you can tell, like Clico is my favorite brand.
Bottle, bro.
Yeah. So this is a 1995 vintage reserve bottle. And then this right here is a Le Grande Dame bottle with a collab.
So if y'all didn't notice,
a Japanese collab. And so I even have some bottles behind you. Those two are 2012. So I basically have all Clicos and.
You're actually using this podcast to find a girl willing to. I'm just playing. Like, you just posted all the good shit. I'm a champagne connoisseur. I'm a chef. I got glazed.
We gotta. Hey man.
Yeah, yo, this place is fucking nice, bro. Nah, but I mean, y'all can tell just with this background and shit. This place is nice, bro. And it's like, and in Charlotte too. Charlotte's nice, bro. Well, yeah, I figured. How many? Speaking of doing all right. How many like I'm never gonna ask financials, but like how many clients or how much hours do you think you're working in a week? Between prep, finding clients, getting the clients, and doing everything.
So I would say I don't ever stop. Like even like the execution. So I do this like full time. We know Chef Jay is in finance, but I'm full time. I'm all in it. From the time that I wake up in the morning to the time that I go to sleep.
Every day?
Every day. It doesn't stop. It's invoice like
80 hours.
Man, it's more than that. It's invoices. It's you waking up, you getting straight to responding back to clients from Instagram on the website, emails.
To having meetings with clients.
Then you scheduling phone calls, consultations.
That's crazy that happened in such a short span. Because I know it feels like it's long, but if you think about it, you're 25. You guys started in the pandemic. It's only been like 3 years.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, it's flying,
but it
man.
feels like we've been doing it. And so it's like when you're doing this all day. It's not, and I'm pretty sure it's hard to put a time limit on what we're doing a week because I'm pretty sure like you're
always looking for content. Yeah.
And if you're not doing that, you're probably editing videos or looking at. I don't know if you look at other podcasts to find inspiration or different things like that.
I have fallen into an addiction of two things: Warzone and dating apps. Okay. That will absorb your time. Games and shit. Dangerous, bro.
Exactly. I don't have time.
I'm a seasonal guy. Like I went on a hard hustle, and I will say this is the one benefit of sometimes having a relationship because I locked down and I was doing. But then the relationship became a lot of time too, and so like that's why we had to find the right person, of course. Exactly. But then I fall into this like kind of lackadaisical because I haven't uploaded on my main channel in 4 months, and like I'm actually filming in
you sound like me, bro.
Yeah,
I haven't posted in a few
for real
this year. But listen, this year
it's your year. Same with me. I'm like, yo, this year is changing.
I'm posting a lot more, a lot more, and it's,
you don't believe it.
But it's
how long you give him?
I don't know, man. I used to drill him like, yo, post. Like, cause I'm actively posting. I have my times throughout the week where I'm posting, and he like, I'll be like, going to an event. I'm like, content, man.
And the thing is, it's like I don't have the content. Right. It's not that I don't have it. I don't really care about social media. So
but imagine doing like not a full on, but like a mild thirst trap with your cooking. Like, but you know what I'm saying? But like, no, I'm not saying like, it's exposure. How many people are gonna like that?
There's a few chefs out there that have done the absolute most that I've ever seen.
Oh, you don't need to do all that.
And we're gonna show you a guy.
Yeah. I'll show you a chef like
around this area.
No, I don't know where he's from. I don't know. I don't even want no client to think I'm gonna do some shit like that because I'm not doing that shit.
Oh like, no, I wasn't. I see what you're saying. I've seen some interesting shit too. Yeah, but like I wasn't saying so much of that because like there's an example of this guy who it's the weirdest fucking job you could possibly have, but yet because of his clout, he makes good money. So he works as a medieval times knight. So you know those like medieval Renaissance tours that like they go to different places and then a bunch of people come to those just for shits and giggles to buy a ticket and it's just watching like medieval shit. Like and it's all fake, right? It's all fake shit. He's just a knight that acts in the jousting. But his TikTok blew up because he's a thirst trap guy. Like he would just take off his helmet and it would be like a TikTok of him flying his hair during the battle. Just that. Exactly. But it has nothing to do with him saying like, oh, I want to fuck you. It's nothing with that. But him doing that has got him like 300,000. And I'm just like, what the fuck? And so this motherfucker got brand deals now because of that shit. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Easy?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was like, what the fuck? So I thought about that too, but then it's the balance of actually doing it, bro. Because you feel cringy, you know? You're like, I don't want to do this shit.
I don't really, but that takes, everybody's different. So it takes a different kind
Or you can take that approach of like a Gordon Ramsay and just posting fire ass food and like shit like that. Like, oh, what you made today.
Yeah, and I thought about, doing something on TikTok. Like, I've always wanted to do a podcast myself.
Do it.
And
food related.
It's like,
word different.
I don't want to sit here and I'm not going to use the word exposed, but I just really want to put the truth out there of like how it really is.
Right.
Like, even like the stories that we've been telling, we've been wanting to tell people all day long is because people don't understand. And people think that like, just because I know you or you're the homie, you get a discount. And it's like,
nah.
If you really think about it, even though your percentages and everything, everything starts at 100%. Right. Whether you do, however you break down your product, your profit, overhead, whatever, a lot of that money goes towards the product, whether you think about it or not. It goes towards your time more than it goes towards your personal. Go ahead. Because it's like, you spend money on gas, you spend money at the store.
Absolutely.
You spend money at home prepping, that's your time. Like,
right.
All that, phone, all this. Now I gotta pack this up and make sure this is good. I gotta go do all this and that. And it's like,
you guys add that into travel, right?
What?
Okay, I was about to say.
Have to.
Like, oh yeah, you got to
pay for everything.
Yeah. Travel. Yeah, definitely.
Wait, real quick before I was gonna ask. So, or not even ask. I was gonna add. You guys said that the friend asking for a discount. Does that happen often? You don't have to say names. I'm just saying, like, because I have had similar situations. Yeah. And go ahead, you finish that, and then I'm gonna tell you my thoughts on it.
No, not too much now. I never really marketed it to my friends. So like when I made like my Chef Tezz page and started to go with that, I never really try to post it on my personal page. I keep that completely separate. So
smart.
I don't get that too often. But I think people who know me, they'll respect our prices, and we'll try to work with you. Like I said, if you respect our bottom lines, we'll try to work with you. But
in my eyes, as an influencer or a small influencer, I think a friend will ask you for a discount. Mm-hmm. A good friend will pay you more. Yeah, because they want you to succeed. Yeah. And I've noticed that I've had situations where someone will ask me for a discount, and then I'm just like, I don't want to do it now.
Yeah.
But the thing,
it's taking away your value.
Yeah. I just don't want to do it.
The problem I have with that is, I don't know what video I was watching, if I was reading a book, but it's like, think about it like this. When in the industry that we're in, if I give you a discount, say
that's
huge. You book something for you and your significant other, and your invoice is
whoever that's gonna be in the future.
And your invoice is like $600.
Let me swipe on Tinder real quick.
Yeah, exactly.
Chef Tez and Chef Jay, whoever that
will be there. But say like your invoice is originally $300, and then you're like, look out, like could you do it for like $4 or $3? And it's like, man, and then because you know me, you're gonna expect a higher quality. You're gonna expect me to like give you a wow, like and it's like, nah, like listen, you want me to perform better than I would for my regular client
at a lower price,
at a lower rate. Why in the world would I do that? Okay, that's great.
You should pay me more.
Listen, and everybody talks about people's thing is the round table. Like, you have your team, you have your closest friends. And it's like, oh, you always got to help each other eat. All right, if we all helping each other eat, then what do you want to eat? My food or something? Like,
it's also different if we offer. So like, I've had situations where I will offer a friend. I'll be like, hey, I just noticed you opened something new. He's a homie, and I'm like, can I? I'm gonna come by. I'm just gonna throw something on my story. That's easy. Not too bad. Just help promote real quick. When I offer, and then it's how they react that I respect or not. Some people are just like, oh, thank you. I'm like, all right, I'm never doing that for them again. Exactly. But then I had a guy who was like, no, let me pay for it. Or no, like, let me get you this. Like, one guy, great, I'll throw his name, Ronnie, in Greensboro. first time I ever had a Greensboro food tour. This was back when I was doing food tours on my YouTube channel. I was charging every restaurant 100, 150. He's a family friend, and he had just opened this boba tea shop, and I was like, I really like this idea. I'm gonna offer it. So he didn't reach out to me. I reached out to him, and so I was like, I'll do it for 50 or something like that. How he reacted was the best way ever. He said, all right, for the rest of your life, you're getting like 25% off, no matter what time you come. So whenever I casually go there on a day, on anything, 25% off. So over time, that's like amazing. That's even more than the 100. Yeah. So like, it also depends on how someone goes about it. And then your industry is also different too, because your industry is more luxury than even mine. So like, you have to account for the fact that you're paying for the quality of everything.
Yeah, but it's not a easy favor though.
Oh, like hell, not with yours. Fuck no.
Don't understand that it's not an easy favor.
It takes time.
It's so much that goes into it. Time is like that's my saying now. Like you got my time, because now it's like I don't have a lot of it. So the little time that I got to dedicate to whatever it is you gotta.
We only get 24 hours.
Man, that 24 feel like 14 sometimes.
So think about this. What time do you actually have with your life? If you think about it,
we got to shit. We got to fucking shower.
Exactly.
Unless you're gross. And then sleep, bro. And some people don't even sleep.
They say you're supposed to work 8 hours.
Yeah.
Sleep for 8 hours.
Some type of fitness. Something.
Some type of fitness. And if you work for 8 hours and sleep for 8 hours, that only leaves you another 8 hours. Yeah. And in that meantime, you're traveling, you're eating, you're taking care of family. You don't have 8 hours just to commuting. That's not enough time. Yeah. So the average millionaire wakes up around 5 a.m.
Yeah, I know. I'm really bad. I'm really bad at that.
Like, and it's like they value.
I'm really bad.
It values their time.
What time y'all wake up?
Currently, right now, I wake up at 5:30.
Fuck.
You better than me. I typically get my day started like 8:30.
But I wake up 5:30 and I go to the gym.
I ain't saying.
Yeah.
11. But I sleep at 5. I sleep at 5. I do work out.
I don't have anything to do that day. Don't have to go to the gym. Don't have any bookings. Don't have to work.
Yeah,
like
I work at night. So I do a lot of like my editing's at night.
Okay.
Yeah. And gaming.
Typically, my day probably starts at like 8:39. Get up, calls, invoices. I call it like my office hours or whatever. Then it's kind of going and getting it done. So if it's like Thursday, depending on what the weekend looks for us, Thursday we're going to pick up whatever we need, sourcing whatever we need. How many
clients a week?
It depends. It could be times. So I take care of clients like on a Monday and Tuesday. I like meal plan for like some athletes, or I got like some corporate execs and stuff like that. I'll meal plan for them because they're so busy they don't have time to do it and stuff like that. And they're on strict diets and stuff like that. Yeah. So Monday and Tuesday are days.
And meal plan, like you send them a plan or you prep the food?
I prep the food.
Prep
the food, package it.
So you guys do that for athletes too?
Yeah.
That's sick. I hear stories. I never met somebody who actually did it.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So
that's
like
dope.
you go in, you get it, you package it. Well, you get it, you prepare it, you package it, deliver it. So like Mondays and Tuesdays, that's kind of like what I'm doing throughout the day. Wednesday is like my fake off day. Then Thursday is kind of getting ready for the weekend. So Thursday, you're ripping and running, going here, going there, calling. Hey, do y'all have this in stock right now? Da da da. Then Friday, Saturday, Sunday is kind of like.
Damn, y'all are some real hustlers.
Yeah. Yeah, like, it's no stop.
Real hustlers.
There's times that we've
y'all hustle more than me, straight up. Like I know that too, because like I know how much I hustle. I'm like, damn, I'm hearing y'all shit. I'm like, damn, I gotta step it up now.
There's times that like we've gotten done, like we've been working all day, got done with a booking, and we'll come back and we're prepping for it the next day, like immediately, because we're like, all right, we gotta go ahead and season this up.
It'll be like 12
and get this
1 o'clock
in the morning, and we're just starting.
You guys ever burn out?
Oh yeah,
yeah.
What happens you got your times, like for instance, like Christmas holiday time. It'll burn. No.
Oh, that's when you're on.
Your most leisure times are when we're working the hardest. So like, so December was like crazy. I like burned myself out, man.
Yeah, November.
I got sick at the end of the year because I just kind of like burned myself out, man.
Now I have a question. With the burnout, and this is something that you have to like answer right for sure right now, but like, do you ever think that there's a time and a place to bring a third person to offload some of the work?
So that's what I'm trying to do right now. Is kind of like delegate responsibility. So
Because that's scaling the business now.
yeah. So
It's hard, but because you have to trust someone.
That's my problem, the
Right.
trust part.
Yeah.
So that's why it's been
Y'all
let's grind it out, because it's like he trusts me, I trust him. It's no thought that goes into it. But when you bring another person in, you gotta set the example. You gotta set the bar.
Set the tone.
Yeah, set the tone. It's like the timing. We don't. It's stuff that we just don't play about. So it's like bringing in somebody. Like I'm looking for an assistant now. Interviewing like more chefs and stuff like that.
And it's
Social
been times.
people.
It's like me. I'm more open to trying people's food because I know where I started at.
Yeah, that's true.
And so it's like,
I'm a little tough.
I ain't gonna lie. I just recently had food poisoning from eating somebody's food.
I did too.
Like
But
New
not at a
Year's, actually
restaurant.
New Year's Eve, bro. I couldn't even go out. I was literally
I
like,
was sick. He was down.
yeah, it was crazy.
we was
But
down,
the
man.
thing is, I've tried a lot of
Do
other
you get
chefs.
people that apply and try to work with y'all or no?
They'll reach out and I'll see them like they're selling a plate or something, and then I'll like, well, yeah, like I'll try it. Like, I'll come buy a plate. Like, let me just see what your basic items are like, and I'll try it. I'm like, bro, like, what is this? Like, I'm good. Like, I'm kind of mad I even bought this. It's like, all right, well, I know I'm never going to bring them on, and it's not even nothing to judge them who they are. It's just like, I know, and that's another reason why I would say, people always ask, would I ever open a restaurant? And it's like, I don't want to, because
Brick and mortar.
I see, it's like, I have to teach you
Yeah.
how to cook like me.
And then they can steal your shit.
It's not even that. It's like, because
If you ever, not to cut you off, I look at it like it's a lot of pressure that comes with it, because say you eat at a restaurant and the service is bad, the food is trash. Yeah, like
exactly. And that's like,
and you're never gonna come back. Then you might tell somebody, "Hey, that restaurant was
it's
no
not
good."
that
So
good. Never.
we have like 0 to no time for mistakes. It's a lot of pressure that
So
comes.
it's a
with
matter of if it's the right person.
Exactly.
it. Yeah,
But you guys are open to it.
We're looking
it's
for it
the right-
now.
yeah.
So I mentor like young chefs that's coming out of like culinary school, Johnson and Wells and stuff like that. They pay for a mentorship from me.
Yeah.
So they pay me to mentor them on the business aspect, the culinary aspect. I give them like social media tips. And I've done that for a few chefs now, in different cities. So they'll be here and then they kind of go back home or something like that. So it hasn't worked out yet, but ideally I would want a chef that I can kind of put my imprint on and show them, kind of like the way and how we do things. Then we can.
Yeah, because eventually it's like,
silly.
Or just young-minded, like wanting to learn.
exactly,
Yeah,
because
in a
like,
learning mindset.
I still want to be able to have the company, but I don't put in all the legwork all the time, and it's
That's
like, all right,
the
I want
goal,
you to take this and show these clients what you do, because we cook, and the reason why we work so well together, as much as we may be similar, we're different.
Yeah.
So it's like, that's why it never feels like we're competing, is because it's like, okay, we have our different ways.
How are y'all different? Like, give me an example.
So for instance, would you say like cooking wise?
Just or both, cooking and personality. Give me
I'll
both.
say like the personality wise, when we're doing events, like I try not to be like seem rude, because I'm not trying to be like that at all. But it's like, okay, let's
Straight up.
Exactly.
it's just like, let's get to it. Like,
Very straightforward,
I kind of get locked in. Like I lock in the mindset. It's like being a athlete. Like when it's game time, like I'm like prompt. I'm like, okay. We'll like, even like when we're on the way out to the client's house, me and him, okay, when we get in,
Yeah, we're like 10 minutes out. We start.
come on, let's go. Like I might hit him in the chest. Like let's go. Like we kind of
We get hyped. Yeah.
So he can be a little bit more social than I can.
Yeah.
during those
So
times.
like, I'm the one that'll kind of get
see.
in there with the clients. Like, we start talking, I can break the ice a lot easier if it's some tougher clients. Like, just something like that. Just
I understand.
And so it's like, we have that's the way we kind of do it. It's like, it's just.
What? Okay, so what? Thinking long term, and I know it's hard to think long term when we're so young. Right now, we are in our hustle years.
Yes,
Really?
I'm not.
Okay, so in these 5 years, we got the energy still. Now we're going in our 30s. Now we're going in our 40s. Things like that. What's your guys' goals? Do you have any? Okay, obviously finance when it comes to investing, of course.
Nah, not even just that.
Okay,
that's something that's expected.
I'm about to say
just by
Not with everyone.
By
like us,
exactly, because we want to build generational wealth.
Yeah.
And that's that dream. That's your why.
Yeah.
You ask yourself, why do you do this? Who do you do it for? And those are the reasons. And so it's like, in the next few years, I see myself not even having to. I see myself enjoying my life, but still doing exactly what I do. But just being able to,
you gotta figure out,
shrink the time frames that I'm doing it. But I've also maximized the amount of money I'm able to make. So, for instance, if I'm able to, and that's kind of how it came from selling plates. It's like you'll be in there selling plates all day, and you'll make $500 in a day, $1,000 in a day. Cool. So what? Well, you'll make, just you make that amount of money. You might sell 100 plates in a day. I think my most plates ever sold like 60 plates in a day.
Oh man, you was better than me.
It was chicken and waffles, bro. I had like cases of chicken and waffles.
That's hard to make too.
My house would smell
I made chicken and waffles.
Yeah, my house would smell like freaking grease.
Dude, it's so hard because then if you fuck up once, like how the chicken.
Exactly. You got to go back and fix this and that. Yeah. And so, but think about it. It's like, all right, if I may just sit here in a day and I spent, 12 hours in the kitchen and I've only made $600, but I really profited maybe $300 or $400 after supplies or whatever. It's like, damn, like I'm tired, and it's like.
So you got to figure out like what it is.
Yeah. So it's like.
Well, the end game should be, I this is what I envision. You guys are Kobe and Shaq right now. You guys are on the court. Y'all are playing all the minutes. Y'all are playing motherfucking overtime too, right? At this point. And y'all can do that because you guys are in the primes of your career. But eventually Kobe got hurt. Eventually Shaq got old and things like that. But that don't mean you can't, one, of course, invest. But you want to eventually be the genie bus, the owner of a squad. Because that would be wild. Because you only got to work.
I see myself still having the company, and it's like, all right, well, now we have these people that reach out and they call us, and we send a chef here, send a chef there. You need a chef to fly here, we can send it. And it's like we have that, and all of these people are pursuing their dreams, living good financially, having fun with their clients, and all of that, and now they're good. And while we're still here, we're being able to make our profit. We're being able to enjoy our lives, and everything is good. Everybody, everything is flowing. That's the goal.
Yeah,
that's the goal.
I like saying
setting it out is genius, but it's
I like saying like I want to be retired by the time I'm 40. I want to be able to say I can be retired by the time I'm 40. So ultimately, that's the goal, to build the company to where you build a system to where it's on autopilot. So I don't even have to be there to run it. So so you can build it up to where you can have a team of chefs, you can have a GM, a COO, or whatever, to they're running the daily operations. You kind of sit back and you still signing off on things and things of that nature, but you can start putting your money into different things, putting your time into different things and stuff like that.
Into your family.
Yeah, put it in your family.
And the thing is, I feel like this generation,
oh my God,
growing up has lacked family values.
I wasn't even gonna say that. Culture. Don't nobody want to hustle.
Yeah,
like you got to think about it.
Everybody's like this. Everybody has a handout.
But even like in the space that you do, say for instance, you might see an influencer, but you understand the work that goes in behind it.
Yes.
A lot of these people don't. They just see the pretty picture and they want to be that, but they don't understand. Oh, I just traveled here to go do this podcast. Right. I just did this for the content. We just did this video or this reel. We've been doing this reel for like 3 hours trying to get it right, So
I'm gonna say that success, especially as we're getting older and this new generation arrives, it comes down to you can gain it from different ways. Yeah. Hustle, which is the way that you guys are taking. Generational wealth. Your parents have money. Luck. There's a lot of luck too. Like there are influencers that don't do a lot, but they're hot or some shit. So they get lucky. And so like how can you maximize the chance of all that with hustle? Because even if you are lucky, how much more could you make if you hustled? If you're already lucky, then you might as well just do more with it, you know? And that's where, like, the people, which I don't like them, but, like, Logan Paul, Jake Paul, they're geniuses. Because they know people hate them. But they're geniuses because they hustle, bro. They hustle. And, like, I've met so many, like, I've met Darren, who owns Clutch Coffee. They're not in Charlotte yet. No, it's a coffee brand with, like, 6 right now. It's been like 2 years old, but it has like 6. He's trying to like get up there to like the Dunkin' Donuts and stuff like that. And I'm motherfucker hustle, like, you know, and that's just what it is. And not everyone is blessed with fucking big boobs and fucking like pretty girls. Like those girls, they don't have to hustle that much. It is just you got lucky. But we can't be there and get mad. There are people who get mad and then they get this like like fuck, I'm not them, you know. Or you can hustle like us, and especially you guys. You guys are on it. That's amazing. Now I'm trying to get back to it. I'm getting back to it. Now I want to ask you guys 2 fields, but first, before I forget, the investing side. We don't have to reveal everything, but what kind of things, you said earlier that you're really big into investing. What kind of things are you talking about? Like stocks or like stocks, company? Okay.
Yeah, stocks. I like to invest in, I was doing crypto, but actually.
Fuck.
So funny thing is, last March, actually, my crypto account got hacked, bro. I don't care.
What were you on?
I was on Coinbase, and I don't care.
Dude, that scares the fuck out of me. I'm on Coinbase.
I lost thousands. I lost thousands on Coinbase, and that I was doing that money for like years, and I was like, okay, like it's good, like feeling good. You know, I feel like I actually had like a decent net worth for someone that was my age, 24 years old at the time. So I'm like, good. Got hacked, couldn't get back into the account. I lost it.
There's nothing you can do.
And then after that, the market crashed. So I know I lost all that. So I'm not even thinking about it anymore.
I guess that's the one benefit of the crash. So, you're like, it's all right.
Like, I lost it all, but it's like,
I lost
you know,
a
just
little bit.
that and, you know, just other different investments that I try to get into. Right now, I'm currently working on get into the housing market just a little bit. Commercial market, really.
Oh, commercial is tough.
Right. And
because it's
really,
a high reward, though.
Exactly. So with commercial market, it does.
A lot. That's what I was going to say.
But, you know, you have your loans, you have your other investors. A lot of investors, they're not the only investors. They have a lot of silent partners. And a lot of people don't tell you that, you know?
Like group go in on or something.
And so it's like the thing is, what will set you ahead is owning the land that it's on.
Yes.
So people can own the land.
But it's land is limited, though.
Exactly. But now it's harder to get land, but there's little places of land that people are doing a lot of big things. That's why you see New York City, this little block might not be so big, but they got the tallest building.
Yeah, you can always build up.
And the sky is the limit. Like I was talking to a buddy of mine that invests as well. Mm-hmm. And he does super well for himself.
Wow.
He works with Wells Fargo here, but I met him at this place called Lost and Found.
I know Lost and Found.
Yeah, and so
I've been there before.
So he was telling me about that. It's like, bro, it's not really about like use what you got, you know. And so it's like if I have this little square, I can stand in this square, but I can build a mountain in this little square. So it's like you have to work with what you got, and so that's kind of how I'm figuring everything out right now, as far as that. But investing is just. No risk, no reward. And it's like, you just got to be smart with it. Just don't be out here, oh, okay, you got this. I'm going to throw some money into it.
True.
You know, and it's just knowing what to actually do.
There's so many different ways you can make money. And I mean, it's kind of like buying lottery tickets. If you're going to win a lottery, you're going to want to buy more. So why not get into all of them? Diversify, right? That's the term. Yeah. I'm really into the space of housing. I have a house now. Recently bought last year, but my goal is to buy a house every year or two. And then by the time I'm 35, I have like 10 rented out.
Exactly.
I get to just fucking do whatever I want. Exactly. And then my living money is the rents, right? And the cash flow from that. But having fun money is from the YouTube and the other stuff. So that's the end goal. But I will say stocks can be huge. It's just so you don't know. I'm
one of those people, I'm kind of like cringy, so yeah. So I want something tangible that I can feel, I can touch. So getting into like the housing market is my first goal. Then I want to try to get into like trucking. something that I'm just on the ownership side, but it's a lot of it's a high overhead for it.
Trucking can make you a lot right now.
Yeah, you can definitely get a deal. I mean, he knows a little bit about it, but that's the thing. I got some good buddies in it, but
I wouldn't say it's forever lasting though.
It won't be because AI.
Yeah, that's a whole nother conversation. But those are the two that I kind of want to focus on once I get to where I want to be. I'm building this company up, man. Different ways of income. I actually didn't even tell them before I came here. I'm big on and me and you was talking about it a little off camera, sponsorships and brand deals. So that's what I'm trying to focus on. I just had a conversation with DoorDash before I came here, so trying to brand. How the fuck would that work? We're in the talks of it right now. We just literally had our first conversation today. So some people from the DoorDash team reached out about doing some things. So seasoning companies and grill materials and stuff like that. We trying to tap into. That's why I was trying to talk to you about the social media kit and things like that. But
this is super big scale. But I just envision. Do you guys know who Mr. Beast is? Mr. Beast, he's a year younger than us, actually. He's also from North Carolina. He lives in ECU. He's the biggest. Not the biggest. Actually, he is the biggest. He's the biggest and the highest money maker in all of YouTube. He net worth is Greenville, North Carolina. But he's everywhere. But he's stationed
24?
there. 24 years old. And he started with gaming. And then now he does the videos of he remade all of the Squid Game set and had paid 100 people to participate. Wow. And if you win it, you get $100,000. Shit like that, game show style on YouTube, right? But he has Mr. Beast Burgers, which is a ghost kitchen format where
I've heard of that.
Yeah, so it opened during the pandemic, and it was genius. It was a way where businesses can still make money, and he can still make money. Yeah. So he was opening up, any burger shop can sign up for Mr. Beast Burgers. He'll send them the Mr. Beast product and the recipes. And if someone it's all ghost kitchens, so there's not actually physical locations. If anyone ever orders, they're cooking with their stuff, but these like a Five Guys is cooking it for you and stuff, right? And they get a cut. Exactly. So I was thinking, I'm this is super long term, but let's say you have those chefs in select locations. Now you work with DoorDash or something like that. They contact, I want Chef Tez food, right? And then it just links them to that person closest to them. Yeah. And then they'll
ideally
that'd be wild, bro.
Scaling, man.
To have it really
that'd be so sick.
Dude. To have everything. And so, if you ever notice, there is every time someone says oh man, this is the best it'll ever be, it's never the best. It's always something new.
There's always some other shit going out, bro.
Always. And it's so
look at Tesla, dude. That's how I bought my house.
Now that has me curious.
I was on Tesla early, bro.
Wow, that's
really
crazy.
Early. Oh, dude. I bought it before the pandemic, way before. I bought my first shares. This is funny. This is a funny story. 2018, 2019, I had a girlfriend at the time. It was
Can you share how many shares you bought?
Oh, yeah. I'll show you guys all of it. So I'll pull it up right now on my Robinhood. So I'm curious on when I started with Tesla. Let's find out right now. So it was funny because I had a girlfriend at the time that was getting her master's in finance. Okay, so no, because here's the funny thing. During the time, she was telling me that's a dumb idea. Don't invest in Tesla. And then she was telling me don't invest in property because you never know where you're gonna move. And then
property is always going to be growing.
And that's what I was envisioning, right? And this is also the difference between what they teach you in colleges versus what they teach you in YouTube. Because I'm learning everything from YouTube. She's learning everything from college. So my first ever investment in Tesla was, let's find out right now. It was in 2018. So this was way before pandemic. Pandemic was what? 2020. Okay. So at that time, I had bought just one share. And that time it was worth probably 200 because it ended up splitting, right? And that collectively over time, every paycheck, I just put in 50, 100, because Robinhood lets you put in whatever, right? And then I remember it jumped from this right here. And this is after the stock split. So before, you got to multiply this by, I think, 12. So 20 times 12, that was 240 per stock, because they split their stock. Do you know what a stock split is? It's essentially you get the same amount of stocks, but they just make it a less price. Okay. But it's nothing really changes. So it was 20, right? And then look at the spike that just tremendously went up, right? It just kept going up. And then I was at a point where I was at a 2,000% return on my Tesla stocks. Yeah. And I sold to buy the house $60,000 or $80,000. And that was me investing from being a personal trainer or some bullshit. Wow. Yeah. Because I had initial investment, I put in, of my money, $25,000 total. And at the time that I sold most of it, I still hold on to, I think, 20K, which is exactly how much I put in. I clocked out, my net worth on Robinhood was $8,000. So I had more than tripled my income. But I will say that is a lot of luck, because you never know. And all it was for me was, I really liked the car. I thought it was genius. I saw that no one else was doing it. And I was like, what are the odds? I might lose this money.
Yeah. So that has me curious about what's next.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. Because Tesla right now is kind of like leveling out.
But it's only because, sad to say, but Tesla will be known as the godfather of it.
Yeah.
But it's also going to be known as the guinea pig of it.
Yeah.
Because you're going to have Mercedes. You're going to have BMW already coming out with things that you already see on Instagram, TikTok, whatever, and they're not actually out here in the street.
Right.
And so it's like having that, you don't know what's next. There's
so many companies. There's so many things. Remember, like, the first time Uber came out and shit? Like, what the fuck? Like, we can just call on Uber. Like, that shit.
Now, you don't even see no more taxis. You don't even see taxis, like, in this type area. Like, you don't even see. Exactly.
But, that's the thing, man. The world's changing. But I was going to ask you guys one other topic, and then we can either wrap it up or just keep going or whatever it goes. Food, okay? So your guys' specialties, what is your guys like? Because like if we say a chef like Gordon Ramsay, Gordon Ramsay follows me on Instagram, that's my biggest flex, bro. Yeah. He only on Instagram though, but his specialty is like the beef Wellington. Is like that's what his known is. What would your guys be?
The surf and turf.
Surf and turf. So lobster tail.
We do a 6 to 8 ounce filet mignon with a 6 to 8 ounce lobster tail. We do our famous garlic parmesan mashed potatoes.
Oof.
We pair it with different kind of veggies. Most of the time, like an asparagus, a broccolini, vegetable melody, whatever you want to do. And we'll top it with like a béarnaise. So we do a lot of surf and turfs. We do them all different kind of ways. We do like a full lobster surf and turf where it's live, and we'll cut it down.
What?
In front of the client.
Yep.
I've had that before, but at a restaurant. Never had a
tenderloin for the whole, for the whole group or whatever. It's just we do
now
a lamb surf and turf.
And the thing is, he doesn't even eat red meat though.
What?
People ask, how do you make the steak? You never tried it. Like, you just get it down to a science.
What happens if there's a person in the group that is vegan, vegetarian, or doesn't eat steak or seafood? And only eats chicken or something like that.
So when that happens, it's typically like one or two people. I can make. We have a few vegan dishes. Like, okay, we can do this. Like,
what would be one?
We do like
cauliflower steak, stuffed mushrooms.
Stuffed mushroom, like a vegan stuffed bell pepper. That's a good one. But like our famous ones, the cauliflower steak. Or we'll do a stuffed whole portobello mushroom. We do what's the other mushroom? I can't think about it. It's thin or big? Nah, it's a weird shaped mushroom. I can't think of the name of it right now. But mushroom is a meaty vegetable, so stuff like that. We'll definitely. You got to get creative. The best chefs are the most creative chefs. So
exactly.
Yeah, so we got some events coming up that's definitely like pushing the creativity for it. It's a little.
How often do you guys change your menu?
I would try to say we try to add things and take away certain things seasonally, because it's like we always want
Any chef, the Flavor Bible.
Yeah, the Flavor Bible. That book right there is like the dictionary on ideas.
Yeah, so it's like
to figure
you
out
gotta
like,
look through it when we finish. It's like It gives you the season, what it pairs with, so anything. Shit. So if you look up like I don't know, if you look up cinnamon, it'll tell you like the best season to use it. It'll give you like some compliments with the pair it with, like the origin of cinnamon.
Don't get me wrong. It don't give you ideas. It don't give you recipes and all that. But it just gives you.
It sparks a thought.
Right. It gives you a thought like, okay, so I can put blueberries with this. Okay, so I can make this type of puree with this. Okay, great. This type of sauce goes well with this. Okay, now I'm thinking, what can I do with this? Now it's like, try this.
You get creative and you
because
like, okay.
It's been times where I'll make something which I probably rarely cook for myself now.
That's crazy. Well, I mean, you do it
all the time.
Man, I can't tell you.
Y'all eat out?
Yeah. You know what's crazy? We probably gonna go grab some food after this.
Get some food after this. I already know.
What's the best place in Charlotte to get food?
Man, they gotta pay me. It depends what you're in the mood for.
I mean, I just want to know a couple. I've been here a lot though.
Yeah.
I wanted to share thoughts.
All right, it depends on the what class of food you're trying to get.
Yeah,
right?
it depends on the mood. Like it's too many places.
But if you're trying to eat something crazy,
high end.
Okay.
But what is a high end one that's good?
My favorite.
I already know what you're gonna say.
My favorite right now would be between Del Frisco's and Steak 48.
Steak 48. I've heard of that. Where is that?
It's South Park as well.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So.
Del what's the other one?
Del Frisco's. I've been Double Eagle.
Hispanic place?
Nah, it's a Double Eagle Steakhouse. Yeah, it's really good. I've been going there since before I was like 18 years old. Like my parents would take me there, but that's probably my favorite. I already know his favorite.
What's your favorite?
And I'm not going there today.
What's your favorite?
So I love steakhouses, but I don't eat steak. So the place
that's so crazy to me.
It's so weird. But the place that appeases my appetite,
America's favorite restaurant, Roof Chris.
Stop it!
It's the stuffed chicken breast. That's all I.
Bruh, I fucked up when I went there. Then
the stuffed chicken breast and the lobster.
Let me tell you.
Let me
I'm about to tell y'all some horror stories.
Did you get a steak and then it tasted like it was baked or something? Like it was.
It's not the best.
It wasn't about that.
I don't eat steak. So
yeah, I had the story on my podcast. It wasn't about the baking part. It was about how much salt was on that bitch. It was just salt, bruh.
What did you get?
It was their signature. Actually, yeah. I mean, no. I don't usually get ribeye, so it had to have been a strip, a New York strip.
It was salty.
It was fuck, bro. It was like, but it was cooked perfectly, right? So you cut it, and I'm like, oh shit, all right. They did medium rare, because some restaurants they don't do it.
Broiled theirs, yeah.
Yeah, so it was medium rare. Like it was cooked well. The moment I bite into it, I'm like, bruh. This shit is just salt.
If you need a great steak.
Bro. I had to put a lemon on it or to off balance the salt, you know? Because,
I've had clients tell me to this day that we make the best steaks.
Yeah.
Like the best steaks.
I'll hit y'all up when I get married. Whatever that day goes.
There's a certain way we do it. We marinate it, vacuum seal it. That's a little...
I have seen that technique.
But, they say and it's not a secret, but it's something that people should just know, and I'm just going to put it out there because you can do it, not do it. It's never going to taste like ours. It's all good. But the best quality steak, one, it comes from the quality of the meat. But to bring out the best quality of the meat...
That's how you cook.
...is kosher salt. Or the thing is, everybody loves going to the store to buy steak seasoning. Like, I'm about to make a steak. Steak seasoning, seasoning. That's not.
I never.
It's no. But when people and they say, "Oh, this is the best steak ever," it's like no,
steak, It's for me for a steak is 4 main ingredients. So I'm not 4 main ingredients.
I would say
we're gonna do some kosher salt. We'll do some finely ground black pepper,
garlic powder,
then fresh herbs.
Okay. Like what? Rosemary?
Now I can't tell you everything, but
but then there's a few other little things.
It's a few other things
that you gotta also do.
That has to be
exactly. But
now with steaks, do you believe in the timing of when you salt the steak?
Yeah, because it depends.
Because I have heard about this. I don't actually know the logistics, but I heard. I don't know what was going on. Some video said that when you salt the steak is when the blood disperses or goes in or something. I don't know. I don't know much of logistics.
It may be you may be thinking about when you cut the steak.
Oh, that might be it.
That might be it. You gotta let it rest, but you salt it. Yeah, you salt it. Depending on how thick or what kind of cut that you're using, I believe like a fillet can really take it. If you're using a thinner cut like a ribeye or a strip, depending on how thick the strip is, that's kind of like, you feel me? Like how hard you want to go with it. A steak can typically take a lot of salt because if you're grilling it, it's gonna fall off. A lot of it is gonna fall off. I never heard of a salty steak though. Like I don't.
I've had some steaks that have been salty. And I'm
salty.
just like, yeah, like.
Like I was shocked. It was my first time with Ruth's Chris, so I was like,
man.
"What the fuck?"
Think about like if you have a bad steak, it's like the pressure, but that's not gonna happen.
Yeah, so it's like we'll always try to have like something extra.
Yeah, you should.
Like say we have
'Cause you mess up
12 clients, you might bring 13, 14 steaks, and just to have those extra 2, just in case someone's something. You never know.
Yeah.
And it's like,
is it insulting if someone salted more on your steak?
No.
Oh, okay. Because I've thought about that.
If that, it's definitely personal preference. I don't know your exact taste buds. I know how it should be.
You're not gonna win every game. So like, if you're doing something for 100 guests, I mean the expectation is to please all 100, but you can't appease all 100 people. Somebody's gonna find something to nitpick about.
That's
so
a good mentality.
Yeah, so you shoot for it, but if we got 80 people that come to us and like everything's phenomenal, you focus on that 20 and try to figure out what was it that you don't like, how could we do it better. But we do a little thing at the end of most of our events.
Where you start stripping, right?
We just,
we'll
a lot of us,
what's your favorite?
Yeah, we ask, what's their favorite?
What's the most common? Steak?
No.
Wow.
It's crazy. You hear so many different things.
It's one that every time no matter what we cook.
Is it the potatoes?
Yeah, the garlic mac.
Yeah.
Garlic parmesan.
Like, oh my God,
Really good potatoes. I feel like a lot of potatoes average out, but then when you eat a good potato, you're like, oh shit.
Hand mash.
Yeah, it's like, hold on,
we got a masher. I got a famous masher. So we do hand mash. How we cook it.
This masher has been through storms.
This masher has made me a lot of money, man. This mash, we use it so much the handle has broke. So it's just
so now you gotta
it's like you gotta hook your finger.
Oh, y'all gotta buy another one.
Man, we got it. We got more, but it's just like this is my baby right here, man. It's like your trusty Dusty.
SpongeBob,
man.
he has his spatula.
Yeah,
like that one spatula. Then when he had like you got the new spatula, like he just could. Yeah, it's like that.
I just brought a new cart today. It just came in the mail, so I'm putting the old.
Like the carts to bring in.
Yeah, I got this trusty Dusty.
Yeah.
He's had a few, but I got one that I've been hanging on for a long time.
I've only had 2. I had this one, then that one broke, and I just got a new one.
Y'all ever go to a place where there's only stairs? There's no elevator.
You know what's crazy? So so like
they don't see that part, man.
So it's like imagine you're bringing in pounds of food.
I know.
It's not even the food. We travel with our equipment.
Yeah, and so imagine when you're by yourself, or so you really
gotta get mad at it.
What? Or it's been sometimes I'm like,
what do you do?
I'm like, man,
just got it. Some people
sir,
will.
like somebody, can y'all help us?
Exactly.
Or it's like you gotta like.
Yeah.
Well, when it's like
the stairs,
Damn.
but when it's us, it's kind of like, all right, ready?
Yeah, it's just kind of like we only gotta say it. We just kind of like
workout for the day.
Yeah,
What?
so it's like we got this process. It's just come on, but you try to consolidate as much as you can. So it's like typically our process is. He hates that word when I use it.
What?
So,
Nah,
consolidate.
he used it.
Yeah.
One day he was just using it, and it was just he said it probably like 50 times.
That's my favorite. Like at the end, I'm like, all right, let's start consolidating.
Yeah,
Like
he figures out a way to.
yeah, it's just like and he like, yo, this word. I'm like, I mean it. I used it properly, man. So, but that wagon, man, it gets heavy, man.
You got
But
a new one?
I got a new one, so we gonna see how it works. But my old one, man, it made me maybe a couple 100,000, man.
Grill over pan,
Depends on what it is.
steak wise.
I'm a grill guy.
Yeah, I would say grill because
I am too.
it's gonna give it the taste
char.
and it's gonna give it that look.
Do you care about the type of grill?
Recently?
Gas, wood, electric.
Ooh, you know I'm all into that. I had a gas.
I don't want to use no electric grill. I'm sorry.
No, we're not. Anything electric. So if we're like in a client's house and they got a gas grill, that's perfect because it's just easy.
It's going to affect the taste too.
Yeah, but
What about the wood ones, like the the electric wood ones, like the pellets
I know
come
what
in.
you're talking about.
Yeah.
I haven't
Those
had too
give
much
it a
experience
good.
with it.
Those give.
It depends what if you're
I
trying
think
to
it's
smoke.
smarter to cook with those.
Yeah, if you're
And
trying to
it's
like
better for
smoke
Yeah,
something, then
I will
that's
say
different.
that.
But I'm a wood fire guy, so I'm like literally. Like, I had like a big grill, and it had like a chamber to it, and I'm
that's
logs.
Yeah, because you get the best of both worlds.
Yeah,
you can cook
logs.
Fast, you can do that. Because I have a pellet one, and the benefit is like, yeah, it's good for the environment, and that I will say the taste is probably better in a sense of like you get the flavors of whatever wood you buy, but the bad thing is the moment you open the hood, the heat goes like the temperature reader goes
Yeah,
like
I see it's not a hot
instantly.
temp.
Yeah, it doesn't stay hot for long. You have to constantly
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly.
And
You
that's
gotta
hard for me
add
to
more
do.
in there, and then do this and that, and
Yeah.
it's a lot, but it's okay though.
Yeah, it is.
You know?
You do it.
Yeah, I just got rid of my. I finally put it to rest. I'm putting a lot of. We changing up a lot. 2023. I finally put my my old big chamber I used to call it. I finally put that to rest. We got the new grill grades and stuff like that, and it gives it like the gas. It gives it a crazy char mark and stuff like that. So I feel as though for the presentation, the gas one it's a lot easier.
What's the most overrated restaurant you've ever been to?
Cheesecake Factory.
Cheesecake Factory?
Yeah, I can agree with that.
I mean, y'all might say Roof Chris, but I'm.
No. My most.
I like
ever.
this stuffed chicken, so
I'll fucking. My whole family went on a Europe trip, bro. Cause my sister's a baller, right? So she's like, she flew up.
Plays ball over there.
Oh, for where in Europe?
He plays. Where is he? Right outside of Paris. It's a small city. Right.
Cool. We were in London first, and I was super excited because Gordon Ramsay is like the celebrity chef I grew up on, right? And he.
Emerald.
The show. He had the show Emerald Live.
I know. Yeah. Oh,
me too.
for real? That's crazy. Yeah.
You know, channel 55, right there.
Yeah, that's
a
throwback. Yo, he had a lot of iconic shows. Kitchen Nightmares.
Exactly.
So I went. So this was even before the London trip. On my 21st birthday, we went to Vegas, and we went to this restaurant called Hell's Kitchen.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
We all living like
Amazing.
like the Hangover movie.
Yeah. It honestly, to this day, probably my favorite restaurant. Probably overall, like experience and everything, because it was bougie. Yes, it was bougie, but it wasn't like bougie like you're gonna have a little bit of food. You know, it's like you get a lot, and it's like good. And it was $100 a person, and you get 3 course or 4 course. Not too bad. And I had a great time. The dessert amazing, and the beef Wellington great. So I was like, okay, Gordon did me right here. This restaurant, right? What's a signature restaurant? And you guys know about Michelin stars. Yeah. I think that shit is so fucking stupid. And here's why. I used to be a fanatic, and like I used to watch Chef's Table on Netflix, be like, oh, this chef's a Michelin star, blah, blah, blah. Which I'm sure like there's, yeah, and in my opinion, the Michelin star is kind of like getting a Golden Globe now. I mean, it's cool, but it's not like no one really gives a fuck. Because I went to every Michelin star restaurant I went to was overrated. And the most overrated, a 3 Michelin star, Gordon Ramsay's fucking signature restaurant in London, I was so furious, bro. It was like $250 a person, okay? So let that be known first. And so we were like balling out for this, okay? And we were like, all right, so first thing, it's the 6 of us. Yeah, my ex at the time, my whole family. No, 5 of us. So we're going out to this restaurant. Full, super small, probably the size of just this area. So there's like 5 tables. No, I wouldn't say 5, 10 tables. 10 tables. We're dead center. And we're the only Asians. So first thing, we're already getting judgment eyes because everyone's white as fuck. There's might be like one black party, but everyone else is white as shit. And we're dead center, right? This experience took 5 hours. Imagine sitting there, 12 courses, but let me tell you, and after each one, 30-minute wait, bro. So I'm like, I'm supposed to wait 30 minutes to eat another fucking cracker. I was mad as fuck, bro. And it was good in a sense of presentation. Food looked amazing. Tasted like fucking tofu or like
That's
mid.
One thing that I was trying to figure out, like when we first started, like we don't have this super crazy plating, you know, like the way to plate and stuff like that. Because you can scare off clients sometimes when it's too crazy. Like, you might look at a plate and like, I don't know what I'm eating. So we don't want clients to get fearful, like, it's too crazy.
You first taste with your eyes.
I hated it, bro. Because, I mean, it's memorable. I'll say that. But, like, because the best dish there, memory-wise, was this, like, he made a fish, like a slice of fish, or they made, not him, a slice of fish looked like an island, which was cool. It just tasted like fish. It tasted like not tilapia, but like not
exactly
like some salmon. So,
you know, getting into those things are pretty cool, but then it's like people can't just sit here and just devour the food. Like, it looks great, take a great picture of it, but you know.
What's the taste? What's the texture?
Is it
filling? You're
that too.
You're spending all this money and like, are you walking away full? And we're the type, like, we always go the extra miles as far as like if we're doing like a steak dinner, we're doing risotto with it or something like that. I'm like, man, we load up on the risotto or load up on the mac or the potatoes, because I love going out and having something to come nibble on after I had a few drinks at like 12 in the morning or something like that. So it's kind of like people appreciate that. Yeah. You can see in the tip and stuff like that. So we that's one thing. Like, let's make sure they're full. We're not gonna pile the plate. It's still a certain portion and stuff that you want to give them, but we're not. You're paying all this money. I wouldn't even feel right putting that kind of. Even though if it's 12 courses, I'm sure you still wasn't like.
I was. You know, funny, after that, you say all that, right? After, literally the moment after that. So we went at fucking 6:30 or 7. We got out at like 11:30, 12, right? This was like 4.5 hours, 5 hours. And at this point, we're fucking hungry. And we're going back to the hotel. We're looking up whatever is open late. And we're getting takeout. Like, because we're just still hungry. So we got Chinese food. Like, just takeout. But like, that's just what the fuck it was.
It's like, we spent all this money on that.
Yeah.
But it's, you know,
but that's
it was the experience though, right?
Not really. But I will say with him though, he has my favorite restaurant, Hell's Kitchen, but he also has my least favorite restaurant. So that's
it's in London, so he's appeasing that.
Yeah, and like, you know, everybody's different. There are people out there that likes the changing menus and the little bits and it might be that. And I'm American. I like food, like, you know, and that's why I think your guys' prices aren't that bad at all, because I just paid $250 for nothing, where you got $125 and I get a bunch of food. You get surf and turf. So and more.
That's a start.
Per person.
That's where we start, but that's not
Yes.
It's not guaranteed.
But on average, it's like what, to 160, 180.
I say on average anywhere from like 150, 175.
It's still lower.
Yeah. So on average,
and you know what's crazy? What a lot of restaurants don't tell you though is that you may think that you're eating.
And you got a tip. Sorry, I gotta mention that.
Yes,
20% gratuity.
My shit on that was also big as fuck.
Yeah, 20% gratuity.
But the thing is, a lot of restaurants order their food in bulk. They order from the little stores, like little. You know, and they'll order all these meats, and they'll charge you. Might have gotten something for a very low price, but they're gonna charge you the most that they feel like is humanly reasonable.
Because they got the name.
Exactly, but
he'll cut into something. He'll be like, "No, exactly where I got this from."
Exactly, because you can tell the quality by the taste, the texture, and all that. So it's like, all right, well, we order our stuff. Like we might have to sit here and call this local butcher shop. Hey, do you guys have, you know, this and this?
This prime
like
cut.
This exact cut. Yeah. And that.
They'll cut it how we need it though. We got the relationships. Like, hey, we need 15 prime cuts of filet, or we need.
You tell them size too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you'd be like, we need.
You can tell them center cut, end cuts. You can tell them anything.
15 center cuts.
So you guys have to know your shit.
Yeah, I mean, and that's even, and certain clients will even,
certain clients will challenge you, like,
oh yeah,
yeah, they go to enough restaurants where they're like, all right, well, we want to pay for Wagyu, okay, and they'll know, like, it's not like, yeah, right, and it's not like if you
is.
You can
50.
It
varies.
It can range from like
50 to 60 per pound.
You have your American style, your Australian, and your Japanese style.
Japanese.
So yeah. So
that's
American is the cheapest, and then Australian is the second. But you will have clients that know the different levels of it, and if you send them an invoice, and they're like, "I just ordered like this you know, I wanted a Wagyu fillet, and they just charged me this sort of price. I don't know
Have
if
y'all
I
ever
want to go with
cooked
them.
Japanese Wagyu?
I haven't
No,
done
not
that,
yet.
Okay, I was about to
Not
say
yet.
that's hard to get.
We
We
source
can get it. We have it.
But
the thing
you
is,
don't want to fuck that up.
No, you don't.
Yeah,
So
it's
I've made.
Done.
I've made exactly.
I've
I've made Australian
Yeah.
Wagyu, New York strips.
Yeah.
I've also had.
I've done American a few
So-
many times.
So the thing is with that, it's
You gotta have the client. You gotta have the client that's willing to and knows what you're paying for. So
Exactly.
that's the thing. I mean, we don't pitch it often, but we're trying to like during times like Christmas and Valentine's Day, we try to put it out there.
Yeah. I have to put my sister. My sister, I told her that I was talking. She loves that shit. She's bougie motherfucker. She was saying like she would love to book you guys for something after the combo and everything like that. But speaking of booking, shout out all your socials, how they can book you, everything like that.
Let's do it, man. Chef Tez on Instagram. Chef 2_ Tez TEZZ. You will see this logo right here, or you can visit www.cheftezcatering.com. That is the best way to get in contact with me, Chef Jay.
You can also contact me on Instagram as well at Down Bistro, BUSSDOWNBISTRO, for all bookings as well. Website is coming soon. Working on a lot of other things.
He will be posting.
We'll be posting. We'll be posting. So reach out to us, and we travel everywhere.
That's
so
crazy.
Don't feel that people
crazy.
have to like be in North Carolina to book us. No, we'll go everywhere.
Yeah.
But if we travel,
They gotta pay for the travel.
Which I'm pretty sure that
They would know.
Mind.
They would
wouldn't
know.
Yeah. So you got
I feel like if anyone's in the world of private, I feel like they would either one, if they're too far from you guys, they'll find someone else, or if they're willing to pay for you, they'll already know. Like it's like already written down.
I mean, and we've had clients that are like, "Hey, like, listen, we have an extra room for you guys. Like, you guys stay here."
That's so
like,
cool.
And things
Have y'all
like
done that?
We value it, yeah.
beach houses and stuff like that. Yeah,
Ah, that's cool.
So it's like
I'd be kind of scared. Like, I don't even know these people.
yeah we haven't stayed, but we've been offered. What was? We went out to a beach house. We offered, and we like, nah, we go get.
Have y'all seen Get Out? Yeah. That's what I'm envisioning.
I'm like,
I'm
we get in.
Beach, like,
Yeah, it was a group of ladies who tried to offer us to
Y'all gonna be stuck in this chair? Like, fuck. Yeah, no.
yeah. I don't really touch too much, but I don't really like.
Yeah.
A lot
you gotta pay for the room and
Yeah. Well, it's been a pleasure, guys.
Man, appreciate it, man.
Y'all were dope. Yeah, let's fucking do
take a
that. Guys, follow all the socials. We're gonna end this on a shot. Let me finish this first. Jesus Christ, I'm going out after this too.
Who's your
Jeez.
favorite music artist? Who inspires you the most? I say that.
Music wise, or
Yeah.
just okay?
Now, who inspires you the most? It can be it can be a music artist.
There's so many things. So in the music world, if we're going like, so growing up,
It's the reason why
I was.
though.
Wait, okay. So growing up, I was influenced heavily on rock and rap. It was all of my own influence. Okay, so I wasn't born here. I was born in Vietnam. So my parents never had the American style of like them passing down music to you. Like, you know how like your parents will pass you down, whether it's like, yes, exactly, all the classics, right? I never had that. So I had to figure it out myself. I was on MTV all the time, and they would play rock and rap. Like, those are the common ones. So I would listen to Linkin Park, and then my rap side, I started, Jay-Z probably was the start, but I wasn't really heavily into rap until J. Cole. J. Cole was the first where I was like, oh shit, he's actually spitting some shit. And it's crazy because like I don't understand, but I understand. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't live that life, but I kind of get some of the stuff and the references. And so like I would say probably like Linkin Park, J. Cole, Green Day, Fall, like a lot of like rock back in the day, and then some of like old classic rap. Some newer rap too, like Juice WRLD. I think XXXTentacion was great. A couple people like that too. Yeah.
Future fan.
I do love Future, bro.
Yeah.
Now here, dude.
We're gonna be there.
Yeah, speaking of Future, go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead.
I was gonna say the thing about Future, bro. I don't even know why I should be saying this, but I'm gonna say it. No, I'm gonna say it. So we got a group chat. I'm not gonna say who's in it, but it's pretty much the fuckboys of the squad, and we call ourselves Future followers. Cause Future be wildin', bro.
Exactly.
We send each other memes every day of Future doing some dumb shit. I love Future, bro.
He will be across the street.
Yeah.
Yo, that's gonna be lit.
In attendance.
Where in Spectrum Center?
Yeah, Spectrum. Yeah, right there.
Fuck yeah, dude.
So, but the reason why I asked that is because my two favorite artists I feel like have inspired me the most through my whole upcoming would be Dom Kennedy and Currency.
Currency is a good one. I don't know Dom Kennedy well.
Dom Kennedy,
but Currency
LA,
I do
Currency
know.
Because they've all came from the ground up and they're all authentic.
Yeah, I noticed the Nipsey hustle also.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Big shout out to Nipsey, man.
Yeah, Nipsey was a grinder. R.I.P.
Definitely.
R.I.P.
But yeah, I would say those two just because they are like I don't know, they mean a lot. Like
y'all have any food inspiration people? Like anyone who got you in the sense of a food wise?
Ooh.
Yeah, it was So yeah, I got a very special one. So my grandmother owned a catering company in a small town called Harrisonburg, Virginia.
And was this during the time you were like little?
No. So I actually never got a chance to even meet my grandmother. She passed before me or any of my siblings was born. But my family always says we all got, personality traits and characteristics from her. And I was blessed to have the food thing. So even my mom says, like, the way she'll just sit back and kind of laugh because she'll be like, the way the itch that you have, she was like, she did the exact same thing. So it'll be times where I might see something like a dish, or I might have something in my head. It might be like 11, 12 o'clock. I used to get up and just go downstairs and try to put it. It was like you had to get it out your head. And she would say she would do the same exact thing. So,
isn't that funny how that works?
Yeah, man.
I've heard stuff like that with my grandparents.
So grandmother Bernice. So eventually, long down the road, I want to open a restaurant. I want to name it Bernice's. So after my grandmother.
That would be really dope.
That's a long way down the road.
But as of right now, we're gonna keep this thing and we're gonna get global.
Also, I want to shout out Carmani for kind of linking us up, because that's how we got linked up in general. Yeah,
I seen him like a week ago too.
That's crazy. Carmani was a year older than me, and I knew him briefly in high school. He went to my high school, and I knew him because I was a big I would go to all the sports games, and he was he was a point guard. And he was a star point guard, and we only had at that time we had like 3 great players, and he was one of them. And so we would always like follow his thing. And it was tragic he got hurt and stuff. He had so much potential and all that. But then he found this whole career. It's just like y'all, bro. Y'all just find your path and y'all keep going. And now he got athletes. He got fucking. That's crazy. But he got Lil Baby. That shit was crazy.
He got a little baby yet, but
and that's up next.
Man.
Well, y'all got some athletes, which is crazy. Oh, is it football or is it basketball?
I work with a little bit of both.
A little bit of both?
Their schedules are just
wild.
Yeah, so that's
all over the place, and
y'all need to hop into that soccer market here. The reason I say that is it's not even about the sport at all. I do like soccer. I like all sports. But Charlotte is ranked 8th in all of the soccer teams in all of the Americas in attendance.
The whole MLS?
No, beyond MLS. All the Americas. Mexican teams, South American teams.
Really?
They're ranked 8th in average attendance. So if you think about that.
We're not that good, right?
Yeah, no, they're not good. They get 43,000 on average people coming out. And that's not football numbers. That's not actually that might be Panthers numbers, but it might not be like going to a fucking Chiefs game or something like that. But
I heard it's lit.
they get paid. They make money.
We get floor seats and stuff from one of my clients.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
And he has soccer, so he's offered, but
Those games are fun. Some of them are fun. Some of them are fun.
Yeah,
it's a good experience to get drunk and just kind of just leisure around.
I ain't talking.
Yeah. All right, man. Let's take this shot. Hey, thank you guys. I appreciate y'all so much. Also, thank you for letting me set up here. It makes it easy.
Man, you're all good.
Woo, I'm about to die. That's a wrap.